Last night, the most heavily anticipated and expected moment in American history happened, and we are all privileged to be alive for that moment. Yes, Velma from Scooby-Doo likes girls. Oh, and Aaron Judge hit a 60-second home run. Welcome to the Carton Show.
You can't say that.
That's Mark Schlereth. And that's,
I mean, it's fact.
and that's Cody Decker.
Is it fact? We don't
Yes.
know that.
No, we do.
Do not know that.
It was announced last night. Yeah.
Okay.
The worst kept secret in American cinematic history is now out there, as is Velma. Now, here's the deal. Aaron Judge hit his 60-second home run. It is an American League record. Let's take a look and let's take a listen as it happened. No sound, just video. Okay, well, there it is. The 60-second home run. That ball, which was caught by a guy in the stands with a glove, is now worth anywhere from $2 to $4 million. Well, let's get into the record itself just for a second, guys. I know your son played professional baseball.
Right.
Cody, of course, played professional baseball. It's funny. It's the only record, I think, in all of professional sports in America where we divide leagues. Like, no one ever talks about what's the AFC record for rushing yards.
Right.
It's the only record I've ever thought of where that happens. And he said it, but it's not the overall record, which really shouldn't take away from what the guy accomplished.
Not at all. I mean, it's 62 home runs in a season. In fact, only 3 Yankees in the American League. And what you're saying about the league setup doesn't even matter anymore. But yeah, it's an incredible accomplishment. It's only happened 5 times ever. It's incredible.
And that includes guys that we know were juicing. But
Yeah.
So even getting to 60 isn't a major accomplishment. And I kind of feel like a guy that has to talk about what athletes do. I'm relieved because I know there's only one game left today. But it was either sit him down, don't play him, so I can stop talking about it, or hit the damn home run already, right?
I'm at a point to me where hitting one is an incredible accomplishment. I mean, until you've stood in a box and had somebody throwing 98 at you and then breaking off a hammer, like to me, it's the hardest thing in sports to do is to hit a baseball. I honestly don't know how you do it. And now I got guys, I'm watching pitchers throw 101 miles an hour with 8 inches of tail on the end of it. It's ridiculous. So I don't know how you do it. So to hit one is incredible.
I'm going to help you out. I'm going to walk you guys through how you do. Now, Cody hit more minor league home runs than any person living on the planet today, so he can speak this better than I can. But if you guys can go back and show the video, the original video we showed for the 60-second home run. It's a great question. There's an easy answer. Jesus grooved the pitch. Right? Like you can always count on Jesus. Once again, this is a provable fact. He throws a batting practice fastball right down the middle of the plate. Like, no joke. There's a chance I could hit that ball out of the ballpark.
Wait, there is no chance.
Zero.
That you can hit that ball.
Zero.
Zero chance. Zero chance.
I will go to any batting cage today with you. No way.
No, maybe you didn't hear me correctly. There's a chance. Like that ball is now.
You've got as much of a chance as Lloyd Christmas hooking up with that one chick. Right, from Dumb and Dumber. You've got zero chance of hitting a homer.
You talk about going deep on the movie references,
That's
but
not
I
Lloyd
feel
Christmas
you.
is not that deep.
Classic. Dumb and Dumber?
Dumb
I
and
feel
Dumber?
you, Samsonite. I feel you.
Okay.
But yeah, so listen, he grooves a fastball. It doesn't mean Judge knows he's going to groove a fastball. And like Mark, you're saying, you still got to hit the ball out of the park.
Right.
He could have hit a line drive off the wall. But he hits it. It's 62. It is historic. And now what? Does he play? Does he not play? If you got the ball, and apparently a VP of an investment company is the guy that caught the ball. But there's another guy out there that tried very hard to get that ball. And I think this is genius. As you watch the video, there's a guy on the left part of your screen there who on purpose jumps down from the front row down to behind the wall there. Because if that guy drops the ball, like the guy in Toronto did when he hit number 61, the guy that jumps down is a genius. He gets the ball that, again, is worth anywhere from $2 to $4 million.
Unless Bobby Wagner's in the bullpen because he's going to kick his ass. If Bobby Wagner's in there for the Rams, you got no chance of getting that ball. He's going to lay you out.
You can show baseball, but the man knows football. You can show baseball, but somehow it always comes back to football. And now it's over, right? Now we can stop talking about it, and we can get ready for a little Major League Baseball playoffs. But
I want to ask Cody something really quick because I look at this like at some point baseball's weird because rest does not help you. Rest helps you like for a day, maybe a day, but timing is everything in baseball. And you watch these teams get into like sweep their series and have to wait around for a week before they play. Like they end up not hitting, not pitching, not doing anything well. So there's a fine balance there between resting a guy like Aaron Judge and having him play depending on production, right?
Well, the one thing that's really interesting is this year, the playoffs, we're having our first ever bye, and the Yankees have a bye going into this playoff series. We don't know. This is going to be the first time we ever see a team, whether or not they're going to get cold or out of their sync in timing, or if they're going to need the actual break. Aaron Judge has played every day for the past 30 days. This guy needs a break.
Yeah, it shows you how important the record was to him. When records get broken, a lot of other athletes come out to appreciate the accomplishment of an individual ball player. Micah Parsons, the great Dallas Cowboy defensive player, was at the game. You can see right there. Had Aaron Judge autograph a ticket, not for monetary purposes, but he's there. He's a part of history, right? And if you can be a part of history, I think it shows you the respect that guys like you guys have for guys like Aaron Judge who accomplished something. We can talk all day and night that Barry Bonds has the record. I believe he does because I watched it. He's got 73. But it doesn't take away from what Aaron Judge did. And to be fair, if you watch sports at all over the last couple of weeks, like every network did cut-ins to the chase for 62, originally the chase for 61. So you can't minimize it now after the fact. You can talk day and night about what the record is. There's an American League record. He has it. There's a baseball record. Barry Bonds has it. Now, one of the guys who is a fan of Aaron Judge and is anti-anybody involved with steroids, of course, is Roger Maris Jr. But to be fair, Roger Maris Jr. goes as the wind goes. Because I have a photograph of him a few years back when Mark McGwire first broke his dad's record. And that's a much younger Roger Maris Jr. And it looks to me like he's hugging Mark McGwire.
But that was before he knew about the steroid use.
We all knew. The guy, he had Andrew in his locker. What are you talking about?
But so what? It was not. When he was breaking that record and baseball was coming back and they were going back and forth, he and Sosa, nobody was going, yeah, but he's on roids at that point, right? So he breaks the record, he gets a hug, and then it all comes out. Is that not fair?
That's not fair.
It is fair.
No, you could ask me again. My answer's not going to change. It's not fair because, listen, the nation celebrated Sosa and McGwire.
Yes,
Every game sold out on the road for both those guys. We celebrated 59, 60, 61, and on and on and on. We didn't celebrate it as much with Bonds because Bonds was more unlikable to a lot of people.
Sure.
And it was obvious he'd been doing stuff. But, listen, it wasn't outlawed by the game. So the rub in all this is, without getting too in the weeds on it, is if the game allows you to do it, did you do anything wrong? And, that's a question for the ages. I respect what those guys did because taking steroids doesn't make you a better hitter. It might make you stronger. I believe in that. But listen, the reality is that Roger Maris Jr., if I hit 62, would find me and hug me.
Right.
Because, it don't matter if I did steroids, if I didn't do steroids. So you break his dad's record, my man.
Look at that.
There you go. We hug it out. And by the way, now that he did it, now we got to find ways to monetize it, of course. And there's a T-shirt company that's already doing it. They've got shirts. The Aaron Judge Home Run Tour, kind of like it's a concert, right?
Sure.
And every date, every stadium, and however many home runs he hit. So we have to get on that after the show today. If they're monetizing it, we got to get on that train, start making some extra money here, right?
I dig it.
Just so I can afford better shirts, that's all. Now, your son, if I may say, respectfully, has a connection to a big home run, a historic home run.
Yeah.
He gave up the Jim Thome
number 600.
Number 600.
Yeah.
So after the fact, because no pitcher wants to give up a home run,
Right.
except for the guy that grooved the fastball last night. Does there come a point where he says, I'm proud to be a part of the history, or is it always a negative?
No. I think there's a part one because Jim Tomei is one of the most classy people on the planet,
good
right?
dude.
And so after my son, gave up this homer, he gave up number 600 to Jim. Like he came over to the locker room, he gave him a signed bat. I mean, it was one of those things that was really. I mean, you never want to give up a homer, but I will say this: it's better to give up a homer in the big leagues than it is in the minor leagues. You know why? Because you're in the freaking big leagues. That's why.
Fact.
So, I mean, listen, you're going to give up homers occasionally, and Jim Tomei is a Hall of Famer. He's one of the great baseball players we have ever witnessed.
Yeah.
And I think, you're disappointed, but at the end of the day, it's kind of cool.
Well, I'm going to ask you a question, but I'm going to move to my right, so if you can follow me here, just because I don't know exactly how Mark's going to respond to this question, okay?
All right.
And I'm going to look at the camera, not at him, just in case, so I can see him coming out of my peripheral. Did your son groove the fastball to him?
No, that was a hammer. That was a curveball. It hung a little bit.
Did he tell him he was throwing a curveball?
No, he didn't. No. Absolutely.
Are you sure?
Absolutely not.
Positive he
Yeah.
didn't?
I'm pretty positive he did not want to give up a homer. Because, listen,
I would.
if you walked a guy or gave up a homer under, at the time it was Jim Leland, he would send you to, he would come out when he gave the ball to you.
Yeah.
Like, my son would try out of the bullpen, and he'd give you the ball and go, hey, if you walk anybody, I'm going to send you to the minors tomorrow. Yeah. And then he'd walk, that's
He's
Jim
just sitting there
Leland.
with a cigarette,
Yeah,
just like, give me the ball, you're going back to Toledo.
Yeah, he's smoking a heater and going, hey, let me just tell you what's going to happen.
By the way, little known fact, Jim Leland, one of the great lounge singers in this country.
Really?
Yeah, and you wouldn't think it because he's got the gruff voice and smokes and all and drinks and all that stuff. One of the great lounge singers.
Is he really?
Yeah, that 1 year is with the Rockies, when you were in Denver still.
Sure, yeah.
He and I would spend a lot of time at the Chop House in downtown Denver, drinking and singing.
Really?
Well, I did the drinking. He did both.
Okay.
Yeah, 'cause I can't sing. I can't sing a lick. All right, congratulations to Aaron Judge.
Yes.
And for those of you that had a vested interest in Aaron Judge hitting 62, congratulations to you. We have plenty more on that later in the show. But yesterday, I told you that Debo punked Jalen Ramsey. We get more of that coming up right after this. I love it.
Next to Market Watch, numbers. Boring. In more delicious news, Carl's Jr. and Hardee's are offering charbroiled double deals starting at $2.99 each.
Bite into these double deals starting at $2.99 each at Carl's Jr. and Hardee's.
I think I changed my mind about these glasses.
Yeah, it happens. That's why VisionWorks gives you 100 days to change your mind. It's simple. Anything else I can help you with?
Like what?
VisionWorks. See the difference.
New Astapro Allergy. No allergy spray is faster. With the speed of Astapro, almost nothing can slow you down. Because Astapro starts working in 30 minutes, while other allergy sprays take hours. And Astapro is the first and only 24-hour steroid-free allergy spray. Now without a prescription. Astapro and go.
Well, this resume is getting seen, just not by who you want. You need a better plan.
I need Indeed.
Indeed, you do. An Indeed resume gets you seen by the right people, all without having to do one dance move.
Red Bull gives you wings.
It's not about how fast you run. It's about how well you slow down. Corona Premier. Lower carbs, lower calories. Is your light beer Premier?
Hey, Gary. You been up there all night?
Yeah, just keeping watch.
You need Simply Safe's wireless outdoor security camera. It has a 140-degree field of view and color night vision.
The wireless outdoor security camera from Simply Safe.
This wasn't no bear. It was like a bear squatch.
Dad, what's a bear squatch?
It's a cross between a bear and a sass. It's made up. He's usually sleeping.
He'll never sleep again.
Restructured pork patty. Arby's real country style rib sandwich. Arby's, we have the meats.
Fox Wednesday brings the wonder.
It's TV theme night.
Two new costumes bring the drama with a juicy plot twist.
The doctor is out of his mind.
All new Masked Singer. Then Lego Masters goes to the Brick and Rodeo.
Can I get a yeehaw?
Hang on for incredible surprises.
We told you there would be twists and turns this season.
All new Masked Singer and all new Lego Masters tonight on Fox.
You know, it says out of workshop for a reason.
So sorry to bother you, boss, but they moved the World Cup
To the holidays?
Wait, like the actual World Cup?
It's a big deal.
Yeah, but that's my time to shine. Get Blitzen on the fight now. I gotta go.
Every search you make, I'll be watching you.
Get more privacy in your existing inbox and keep your email address secret with DuckDuckGo. The DuckDuckGo app offers email protection, which removes trackers before forwarding emails to your regular inbox, and lets you generate multiple protected email addresses, all for free. Stop companies from watching you by downloading the app today. DuckDuckGo. Privacy simplified.
Mark and Sam both have home insurance. Mark has home insurance through Hippo, which comes with a smart monitoring system that notifies you when it detects suspicious movement. So Mark gets to continue his win streak on his massive TV.
Yes!
Sam doesn't have home insurance through Hippo, so he's left wondering where his massive TV went.
I think he was robbed.
Stay ahead of trouble with home insurance through Hippo. Upgrade today and get complimentary smart home sensors. Visit hippo.com and join now.
All right, it's the Carton Show. Mark Schlereth, they call him Stink, is here. Cody Decker, of course, Craig Carton. Great to have you here again this morning. Week 5 in the NFL starts tomorrow night, but there's still some leftovers from Week 4, and it's a story I enjoyed talking about, at least, the way Deebo Samuel kind of punked Jalen Ramsey on one of the most entertaining touchdowns of the week this past week. I was right. He knew that he punked him, and he wanted to talk about it yesterday. So here's Deebo talking about the great Jalen Ramsey missing that tackle on the 20. Go ahead.
Uh-oh! Terrific catch and run. Uh-oh! One-on-one with Ramsey. Can't bring him down. Samuel, highlight reel, touchdown.
So now, the first thing you see there is Jalen saying, "I'm him," which is a new phrase the youngsters are using to say, "I'm the man," right?
Right.
So, uh-oh, uh-oh. Now, before I break the video down, because there's other guys who also got played on that touchdown, that stuff plays well in the locker room, doesn't it?
Oh, my God. And you know what I have to say? Come get a taste, right? Come get a taste. Here's the thing. I am a great loser.
Okay.
Like, I am a gracious loser.
Are you?
I am a bad winner. Don't let me win. I will, like, that is bad winning, and I'm all about bad winning, man.
Yeah.
I will not let you forget. If I beat your ass, you will never hear the end of it. I appreciate that about Deebo.
Uh-oh. Well, that'll be a new segment on the show. Who got uh-oh?
Yeah.
And it wasn't just Jalen Ramsey. So if you guys can bring the video up, but don't start it yet. Jalen Ramsey was the third or fourth guy that got uh-oh'd on the Deebo touchdown. I bring the video up. This, of course, is the big touchdown that essentially locks the game away for San Francisco over the Rams the other day. All right, so Deebo, you see him top of your screen. Let it go. All right, play the video.
Yeah.
So, boom, boom, boom. The great Jimmy Garoppolo about to make a fantastic pass. That's 5 feet too high.
Tight spiral.
Here comes Deebo, and whoop. All right, that's number 24, Taylor Rapp. He had a chance to tackle him at midfield. We know he didn't. Let the video play.
Wait a minute. Yeah.
Uh-oh. There you go.
Okay.
All right. Now, what's Deebo going to do? He's going to make a cut to the right. And keep it. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. And what happens next? Stop it right there.
Okay.
All right, so Kittle knocks number 33 down. That's Nick Scott. That's where Nick Scott finds himself in a lot of games. He's the same guy that Josh Allen threw to the ground in Week 1 on Thursday night. He got uh-oh. All right. Let the video play. We're not even at Jalen Ramsey yet. We're 10 yards away from Jalen Ramsey. But here he comes. Uh-oh! And we're not done there. There's one guy left. Is Debo going to score? Here comes Ernest Jones from the top of your screen. Is he going to get there? No, sir. He's going to get knocked right on his ass, too, for the fourth and final. Uh-oh!
My man Ernest Jones could make a medical alert, like the way he got knocked on his ass.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
Right.
Now, the Rams have some problems, right?
Oh,
the
yeah.
Rams have some tackling problems, and as they get ready for the big bad Dallas Cowboys and Cooper Rush, I wonder what their week of practice is going to be like, because it's one thing to be outplayed. It's one thing to lose to a better team. It's a whole nother thing to miss 3 or 4 tackles on a game-changing touchdown.
Yeah, well, no, that part is true. Obviously, Deebo Samuel is a phenomenal athlete.
Sure.
But when you're getting your ass kicked and you're not making tackles in the open field, those are things that have to be cleaned up. Every one of us that's ever played has had it handed to us, right? You're going to get it handed to you occasionally, and they're great players on the other side. But I will tell you, if all you do as a defense, I'm serious, all you do as a defense is tackle well, you're going to have, at the end of the day, you're going to have a very low-scoring, very good defense.
You're going to be in every game.
You may give up yardage, but if you just tackle well, it's hard to score in the National Football League if all you do is tackle well. This is pathetic. That's pathetic, is what
Yeah,
that
but how, what's the rationale behind it? They're trying. I'm not suggesting that they're laying down and living off their laurels, but and to be fair, I'm nitpicking one play. They may have had 30 plays where they tackle perfectly, and we're just not showing it because this is a great touchdown. And I think it's funny when a guy goes, I'm him, and he gets exposed on national TV that, Cap, you're not him. I enjoyed those kinds of videos, right? And obviously Jalen Ramsey enjoyed it too.
Yeah.
But, is that just guys get a little lazy mentally? Guys are out of position?
I love that thought process because I think there is kind of an understanding of leverage and where your help is. So if we're breaking it down and you're coaching people up, you have to say, hey, listen, one thing you have to do, if you're going to miss and force the guy back to where the help is.
Got it.
So
understand where you are on the field.
Right. So just spatial awareness in general, right? So Ramsey, for instance, where's the pursuit coming from? Debo came from the left side of the football field. So where's the pursuit? They're on the left side of the football field. So instead of going to the back leg, right, to the left leg, you've got to come across to the right leg. And if you miss, make him go back to where the pursuit is coming from. So you have to be able to think, the difference between great professional athletes and guys who aren't really is your capacity mentally to make a decision and bam, react instantly.
Well, and here's the deal. No one's knocking the career of Jalen Ramsey. He's a great player.
Sure.
Was a great player.
No, he still is a great player.
He's not.
He's not him.
He's not him. That's the problem. He thinks he's him, but he's not him anymore.
Rupert Holmes, him. What you gonna do? That's 70.
Rupert Holmes, the pina colada guy?
Yeah, he sang him too. He sang him.
He had a single hit. And
he had 2 hits. He had 2 hits.
No, he didn't.
Yes, him.
Him was not a hit.
Sure it was.
The pina colada song was the man's only hit.
He had another song?
No.
Yes.
He probably had 100 other songs.
No. He had 2 hits, and then he went in to do children's music.
Yeah, okay, sure.
Did you write an A&E biography on this guy?
It's you know what? The only thing I have in my head is worthless knowledge. I don't know anything that's important.
It's not just worthless; it's irrelevant too. In the first,
that's the charm. That's the charm.
Just to be clear,
it's worthless and irrelevant.
I'm gonna keep a list now because in the first 25 minutes, you've referenced Dumb and Dumber,
right.
a 20-year-old movie that I love.
Yes.
But still, most people are like, "What the hell is he talking about?" And a song from a guy that nobody ever heard of.
Yeah.
What?
Hey, Get with me, people.
Jalen Ramsey, by the way, is having his worst statistical year of his career. So we're going to keep an eye on what he does. He did have a game-saving interception, though, a week ago. So there's good, and there's bad, and then there's great. And that means, of course, Zach Wilson, the starting quarterback of the New York Jets. Now, as you know, Zach's a very religious guy. Mormon raised, that whole thing.
Sure.
Which means he doesn't drink, he doesn't carouse unless they're his mom's friends. And does that even really count as carousing?
No.
I think not. He's doing the woman a favor. She's got a story to tell her friends for the rest of her life. No one's going to believe the story, but she's going to tell it in the old age home. And then there's cursing. Now, the man doesn't curse. It's part of his, fabric of who he is. Totally respect that. But he cursed on Sunday, and here's why. 3 years ago, Daniel Jones, New York Giants starting quarterback, he didn't curse. He never cursed either. And he said, let's effing go score. And the guy was like, that's right, Danny cursed. We got to support him. Zach Wilson. That's the way it goes.
Okay.
So,
Did they score on that drive?
yes. And Daniel Jones ran for a touchdown. This is 2019, but it's stuck with people that if you want to get attention in the huddle you're not a cursor.
Speaking of irrelevant. Oh,
Yeah.
go ahead. All right, 2019, yeah. How good were they?
You got to curse.
Okay.
So Zach Wilson curses in the huddle, says, let's go take care of this bleep, whatever it is, and bang, scores the touchdown, and the guys love him even more now. I have no idea why I told you that story, other than to make it clear that we are witnessing the birth of the greatest quarterback to ever play, not named Tom Brady. And he's so good, he's now got his dance on, and he even reached out to Justin Jefferson to have him grade his gritty dance. So this guy went from kind of meek, there you go, there's the dance right there.
Oh, yeah.
Quarterback who has not played a full season yet, to allegedly having an affair with his mom's best friend, turning credibility from the guys in the locker room, and now he's cursing. Heroin's next. You got to figure, right?
That's a natural. You know what? That's a very natural progression.
I do think that is. It's a gateway drug to gritty. Anyway, Jefferson did respond, and let's see what the tweet was, right? And what does he say in the tweet? Not gonna lie, you was hitting it. He gave him a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, but he was talking about his buddy's mom. So he wasn't actually talking about the gritty. So that's where. See, context is important in a tweet.
Yeah,
right?
no, it is.
Right, yeah.
And,
Okay, see?
it sure is.
Yeah.
I'm now going to read that a lot differently to my kids tonight. Because we read athletes' Twitter accounts as bedtime stories.
I don't know why you wouldn't.
Daddy, what does Jefferson mean, you hitting it?
Yeah.
Now I can explain, and the good news for the Jets, of course, coming off a great fourth quarter from Zach Wilson and really positive feelings that, hey, maybe as a franchise we've kind of turned the corner a little bit. They do have a divisional game coming up on Sunday against the Dolphins, and we'll get to Tua and the whole situation there in a bit, but they play the Teddy Bridgewater Dolphins. And Robert Saleh yesterday addressing the team, and they released this video, I'm not sure why, made the point of letting the guys know the Jets haven't won a divisional game in like 19 years. And he wanted the guys to know you could be the group that ends that, and it starts on Sunday. So he's using negative stories about the franchise to try to empower guys and get guys revved up to play on Sunday. I'm just wondering if that kind of stuff works.
Absolutely. Like locker room stuff, like bulletin board stuff. I mean, we're simple creatures, right? I mean, we really are.
We're idiots.
Yeah, and that stuff is important to you. It's important to kind of break that trend. Hey, listen, man. One thing about just culture in general, culture of an organization, that it's not static. It's alive, and it has to be lived and worked on and talked about all the time.
But if he's talking about stuff that happened before you got there, like, are you going to emotionally react to it? Are you going to be like, hey, look, we want to be the ones that ended? Like, is that important? Because it's almost like talking to guys like they're 10.
Well, the guys the guys are 10. Like, yeah, that stuff is important, and that is motivating, and those are things. Those are things to change the culture of this franchise. This is what this franchise, and maybe you haven't been here, but this is what this culture is. This is what this franchise is.
Right.
And we have a chance to right that ship, and it's important. It's important to the fan base. It's important to us as an organization. It's important to keeping your jobs. Like that stuff is important, and it is motivating.
All right, well, he did it, and hopefully the Jets will be motivated. We know we have a quarterback. Now we got to find out if we have anyone else who can beat the Dolphins without their starting quarterback. The Denver Broncos are wondering if Melvin Gordon should ever take the field again, and if he does, can they win with another fumble? It's an interesting story that's playing out in Denver, and we'll get into it right after this on FS1.
Restructured pork patty sandwich. Arby's real country style rib sandwich. Old, new. Oh man. Oh man. Arby's, we have the meats.
Wanted. Full-time fans. Must be enthusiastic problem solvers. Possess strong communication skills. Be good under pressure. Willing to travel. And happy to work weekends. Modelo, brewed for full-time fans. Brewed for those with a fighting spirit.
I think I'm ready to leave the city. Find a job where I can work from home. Move somewhere where I can get a little house. That would be nice.
This is Fubo TV. It's a better way to watch live news, shows, and sports without cable. Watch multiple games at once with Multiview. Try free at FuboTV.com.
Buying or selling a home can be one of the most stressful moments of your life. But it doesn't have to be. HomeLight is here to change that. HomeLight combines the best technology and agents onto one modern real estate platform. Join the millions of people who have used HomeLight to make buying and selling simple. It takes 2 minutes, and best of all, it's free. Buying and selling has never been more simple. Start today at homelight.com.
We capture lots of data. With Fiverr, we were able to find the right software developer to help gather all that data and put it into the right system. I was able to save time and money and spend more time growing my business.
Transform your business today. Fiverr.
Who's on it with Jardiance?
We're managing type 2 diabetes and heart risk.
We're hitting the trails between meetings.
And putting the brakes on fried foods.
Jardiance is a once-daily pill that not only lowers A1C, it goes beyond to reduce the risk of cardiovascular death for adults with type 2 diabetes and known heart disease. And Jardiance may help you lose some weight.
Jardiance may cause serious side effects, including ketoacidosis that may be fatal, dehydration that can lead to sudden worsening of kidney function, and genital yeast or urinary tract infections. A rare life-threatening bacterial infection in the skin of the perineum could occur. Stop taking Jardiance and call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of this infection, ketoacidosis, or an allergic reaction. And don't take it if you're on dialysis. Taking Jardiance with a sulfonylurea or insulin may cause low blood sugar.
A once-daily pill that goes beyond lowering A1C?
We're on it.
We're on it.
We're on it with Jardiance.
Ask your doctor about Jardiance.
Hi, this is Lisa from 4Imprint. Yes, I like 50 welcome wows, 300 customer, I love it, and 200 team member, oh yes, certainly. You know we got some brand new woohoos.
Dial up the wow factor with promotional products from 4Imprint. We specialize in awesome items that are certain to awe and guaranteed to deliver some ooh yes. From apparel, backpacks, drinkware to high-tech items.
Wow.
I love it. Woohoo!
Go to 4imprint.com and find some wow now. 4Imprint, for certain.
Introducing Fast Protect technology, exclusively from SimpliSafe, an advanced technology that allows our professional monitoring agents to capture evidence and verify a threat is real for faster police response. There's no safe like SimpliSafe.
The chef's chicken sandwiches at Panera, freshly prepared with clean ingredients, spark an explosion of the senses. So when you finally taste it, it just confirms this is fantastic, and only at Panera. $1 delivery fee on our app.
October 15, one of the most feared heavyweights in history is back. Deontay Wilder squares off with Robert Helenius. Plus, Caleb Plant, Anthony Durrell, and more. Saturday, October 15th, live on pay-per-view. Buy now on the Fox Sports app and watch on any screen you want.
All right, welcome to the Oprah section of the show, where as grown men we share our emotions and show you that we're not black-hearted evil people. We have Mark Schlereth and Cody Decker, of course. It's the Carton Show. You know, one of the more emotional stories of this past week was what happened with J.J. Watt, where he had AFib, his heart went into AFib. He had to go to the hospital, and they had to shock it back into regular rhythm. Somehow somebody in his life at the hospital leaked that story out. Our own Jay Glazer broke that story during the Sunday pregame show. So great reporting there by Jay. And then to try to get ahead of the story, J.J. Watt said, I'm going to own it. And as you know by now, he put out the story that he had that procedure done that you've talked about, you have familiarity with. And he played. And he had a press conference yesterday, or after the game, pardon me, to talk about how emotional it was for him to be on the field. Check this out.
It's been a week. It's been a week, but happy to be here. Happy to Yeah, I did. I mean, it's been tough, you know. It was just weird. Just weird. I have a baby on the way.
Yeah, so you want to know why Tua played football last Thursday? Because it means so much to him.
Yeah.
And that's what I took out of you've talked about, guys being touched by, the spirit of wanting to play NFL football. That's J.J. Watt. And there's a million jokes you can make about it, but I don't think it's appropriate to make them because it shows you that's real. And grown men are allowed to cry. Grown men are allowed to have feelings. And you got a sense right there in a 30-second video clip of just how important putting on the pads is, putting a uniform on, and getting to play the sport of football.
Right. Also, you think about in times like that, the eventual end. And I'm not just talking about, we're all going to die, but the eventual end of your career. And something you've put so much time and so much effort in, and something you love and you're so passionate about, and something you've played through tons of injuries and everything else. And, and then you have that kind of moment where you're like, you have the realization, man, I'm a lot closer to the end than I am the beginning of this thing.
For sure. The thing that bothers me about the story, and as you talked about it, when you have a heart situation, everyone's celebrating the warrior mentality that J.J. Watt said, I had this thing done on Wednesday, I'm playing today.
Sure.
And it was celebrated. And I only bring this up because that was celebrated in a week when everybody suddenly pretended they really gave a rat's ass about players' well-beings because of concussions specifically with Tua. God forbid this happen, but you don't know when that's going to go into AFib again. You can't predict it. It happens.
Sure.
And God forbid a guy like that, strokes out on the field, has a heart attack. I don't even want to put those things out there because obviously you never want to see them. It would have been interesting how, the bullies on the microphone, me included, would have handled the story then. Would we have yelled and screamed at the NFL, you didn't do enough to protect J.J. Watt? Would we have yelled and screamed at the Cardinals, you didn't do enough to protect J.J. Watt? Because we have said on this show that we have to be the adult in the room to stop you guys, to save you from yourselves. The answer from the players is always going to be, I'm playing next game. I'm going to be out there. And there are times someone has to say, I'm taking away your helmet. You can't play. And the only thing that bothers me about this story is that everybody jumped on their high horse when it came to the Tua situation, right?
Yeah.
But nobody questioned whether or not J.J. Watt should be on a football field to protect him from himself.
Yeah.
And God forbid the worst case scenario happens, no fault of his own.
Again, I don't know.
What are we going to do?
Yeah, I don't know what the worst case scenario is on that because as soon as you go into AFib, I'm 100% sure they'll give you blood thinners because the stroke problem comes with blood that stores in your heart. You get, blood clots.
Right.
So that's the issue with that. So I don't know that would have, I don't know that what the risk is of something happening. So, but I understand what you're saying, and you're 100% right about this. As players, we have to be protected from ourselves. And the issue is, doctors that are taking care of you, that are being paid by the team, that's a conflict of interest. I'm like, there are things that I have done over the course of my career that no doctor would approve his own son doing. And I did it just about every weekend.
Sure.
And so these are the things that you have to look at. Now, again, I did it willingly. I knew what I was getting myself into.
You knew the risks.
I knew the risks, and I knew that I would cause irreparable damage to my body. And I went and did that willingly. But there are certain things when it comes to, risk reward of, hey, there's a threshold there.
Sure.
And it's no longer a reasonable risk. Like, we've got to take care of you.
And by the way, the doctor that was made famous and portrayed by Will Smith in the movie Concussion did come out yesterday and said, in his expert opinion, Tua should never play another football game for the rest of his life. So we'll see how that story continues to develop because he's the authority on concussions. As we continue our emotional segment here on the Carton Show, Nathaniel Hackett, the embattled head coach of the Denver Broncos, wanted Melvin Gordon to know he's got his back and he believes in him still. Listen to this.
Melvin's a true pro. I mean, this is a guy that's been doing this for a long time. He's harder on himself than anybody. And he's part of our team. I mean, we love the guy. I mean, he knows there was a mishap right there. And it's a great opportunity for him to get back out on the field and prove himself. And we're excited to be part of that and put him in great positions to be able to make plays.
Yeah, well, listen, they play Thursday night, and there's what Melvin Gordon does well. And that's, unfortunately, fumble the football to the opposing team. And, folks, he's not doing it on purpose, but he just likes to do it.
But wait a minute. Hey, wait a minute. There's a mishap right there.
Yes.
And there's a mishap and there's another mishap over there. And there's one there, and there, and there, and there, and there. I mean, that's what, look at. Hey, I'm with you, win or tie. That's how I operate, right? I am with you, win or tie, lose, and we will have an issue.
Especially if you're doing that.
Right, exactly.
Right.
And, I mean, I think about it. I come from my position, the position I played. So if Melvin Gordon goes out and rushes for 250 yards and has this unbelievable day, right? Like, nothing good can happen to you when you play offensive line. There is nothing.
Right.
Like, so you put the work in to have him have that kind of day, and you're nothing more than a tagline in his press conference, right?
Right.
Hey, first off, let me thank the big fellas up front. What a great job they did. Now let's talk about me, right? So, I don't. Listen, man. Whoop-de-doo, Basil. Hold on to the freaking ball or don't play.
Well, here's the real question.
That's the deal.
You can say you believe in the guy all you want, but how do you put the guy back on the field?
Right.
That's the real issue here. Like, at some point, you've got a responsibility to everybody else and your own job security. If you can't trust that guy to hold on to the pigskin, that guy can't play. And you could be as emotional as you want and supportive as you want. Whoop! There it goes again. Frankly, it never gets old.
Yeah.
And it's not even the same play we keep showing. Those are the last 7 carries he's had. Amazingly, all fumbles against the Raiders.
It was a great day to be a Raider fan.
And I want
Here's what I don't understand, though. It's almost like he just throws it up to the guy. Hey, 21, here, catch.
Yeah, I'm going to make you famous.
Right.
Who recovered Melvin Gordon's last fumble? It's like the Judge 60-second home run. That ball's worth $2. And I want you to remember, because we're not bad people here on the Carton Show, we're going to show you Melvin Gordon after the game when he was asked about his propensity to fumble the ball. He decided to wear an ugly yellow hat and sunglasses indoors, and kind of like with J.J. Watt, where you see the chin start to quiver. The chin started to quiver.
Melvin, you mentioned a couple of days ago that you were doing extra work on ball security on the practice field. So, like, how frustrating is it that you put the extra work in and it still happens?
So sad.
You might not want to wear a yellow hat.
It's just the yellow hat that he had the problem with?
Well, I have a problem with a lot of it.
Listen,
I think he was truly upset. He should be. But if you're going to walk out there
Don't look like
and
a
you
Sprite
know
bottle.
the question's coming, take off the sunglasses. We appreciate men who cry. I know it seems like, tough guys, real men don't cry. That's BS. Throw that out the window. That was 1975. I cry all the time. I do. I cry commercials all the time now. And I'm not ashamed of it. Take off the funny hat. Yeah, when the mom's explaining your life to the daughter on the beach and gives her a certain...
That makes you cry?
Yeah, it makes you cry all the time. What a close family they have. Yeah, anyway, I doubt you see Melvin Gordon in a Bronco uniform again, but Nathaniel Hackett's his emotional support dog. So you got to be good at something. Hey, we always like to make sure in this show that when you go to work, if there's something viral out there that's really hot to trot, that we bring it to you so you don't get to work without knowing what's cooking, and Cody's on the net.
Well, if there's one thing we know, Kirk Cousins is up to date on the latest 2003 trends. He recently got himself a spinner necklace, and he's really enjoying himself to the point that I have nothing but fury and rage in my body because I do not like seeing Kirk Cousins happy.
Yeah, that's a guy that just made too much money.
Way.
That's all that is.
Way too
That's
much
a guy
money.
trying really hard to be cool to the guys in the locker room who can rock that necklace still. And he's probably like, yo, JJ, look at my new necklace. And Jefferson's like, yeah, nobody.
You're not cool.
That just doesn't work on you. And you can tell because when you have the spinning necklace or the spinning rims, you don't spin it yourself, you dummy.
I got to be honest with you guys. This is the first time I've ever seen a spinning necklace.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. I did grow up in Alaska, though.
Yeah, but you played with Shannon Sharp. No?
Nothing?
Dude, when you play with Shannon Sharp, you just go, you pray before you walk in the locker room. Like you get on penitent knee and you go, please don't be the one guy that's wearing something that Shannon can make fun of. I used to ask my wife all the time, are you sure this matches? Are you sure this matches? Because Shannon would light you up.
He hasn't changed a bit in 25 years, and we love him for it. All right, what else we got, Code?
All right, Greg, how do you feel about proposals at a baseball stadium?
I hate them. Number one, they're all fake now. They're all BS now.
Okay.
So I don't like proposals, but I do root for the girl to say no.
If this one is fake, this is the best actress we've ever seen at a fake proposal because he pulls out a ring pop and her reaction is violent.
No joke, I did the same thing, just not at a baseball game. I proposed with a ring pop. Yeah, in the mountains of Colorado.
Really? How'd it work?
Well, I mean, I'm still married 23 years later,
Okay.
so I guess it worked out pretty good. Can you guys, can you freeze frame the start of that? Because I'm trying to figure out what she's wearing.
It looks like just a bra top?
Like memo to, well, I gotta watch myself. That's beautiful. She's fantastic. Remember what you just said? You consult with your wife before you leave the house?
Yeah.
She doesn't. Wow. Oh,
She
my
really did.
Lord.
She really, I think that's real, though.
You shouldn't buy all your clothes at Walmart, just some of them. Oh, and she slaps him because it's a ring pop.
Yeah.
He knows right now. Save yourself 25 years of heartache right there, buddy. And a bad, ugly divorce because she ain't worth it. What else you got?
Lindor hit a home run yesterday.
You know the best video they do now?
What's that?
And it's a setup now. You know the kiss cam?
Yeah.
All right, so the new thing they do, and I hate to say it, it started in Philly, as much as I hate giving Philly credit for anything. So basically, there's a gal and a guy, seat empty in between them, right? The kiss cam goes on them, and they're like, oh, should we? And the guy leans over, and they have a pretty passionate kiss, all right? Okay, guy sits down again. Then they show the guy that is in the empty seat comes back to his seat, kind of puts his arm around the girl. Clearly, he's dating the girl.
Right.
All right?
Okay.
And, hilarity ensues. It's, people go, oh, my God, she's double timing him.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff. Anyway, that's my new favorite video. What else you got?
Francisco Lindor homered yesterday. Mets 100th win of the stadium, but it was bark at the park night. So the person that caught the ball, way better than New York Yankees because it was a dog that caught the ball.
Yeah, this is the single dumbest promotion in all of sports.
It's the best promotion in all of sports.
Listen, I'm a dog owner. I love dogs. Stop bringing your dogs to ball games.
Why?
They don't belong in the park unless they're helping the sight-impaired people. Bark in the Park is the single worst promotion in the history of sport. Dogs don't belong at stadiums. All right, oh, it's so cute. I've got a Labrador. Where's that dog going to the bathroom? Right? Oh, no, mine's trained. Yeah, okay. Dog's cute.
But what if your dog loves baseball?
Yeah, my dog loves baseball. My dog chases tennis balls. Hey, Deacon, go check. I'm not taking him to a Met game. It's like people that bring infants to sporting events. You're stupid. Oh, no, but he's not going to remember anything.
Are you all right?
No.
Well, Craig, don't worry.
Because it pisses me off. I don't want to sit next to your dog. Oh, they have special sections for the people with their dogs. Good. That section should be at the pound.
How do you feel about dogs on a plane?
If they're service dogs, of course, I respect that.
Okay.
If you're
What about snakes on a plane?
I like that better. Oh, look, I've got a little 5-pound Pomerantz. Good. You should be kicked off the plane. Idiots. Leave your wild animals at home. They keep telling me there's one more you want to bring up.
Yeah, because there was the quote of the day yesterday, and it was from Andre Iguodala, and he was talking about Dante DiVincenzo.
Close enough.
That is so fun to say. But this is the quote.
Cody's got no idea.
No clue. Here you go. Whatever. It was close. Troy was at least remotely close. All right, he's really good. I have this funny thing with white players. It's like, yo, I ain't too many of all y'all white, and that are really good. But he's good. I'm like, you're one of the really good white guys that actually belong at the high level. It's white guys that belongs, but he's really good. And I thought of that quote for a while, and I thought, he's got a point, because we do have this clip from yesterday's show, and
oh, don't do that.
It's very clear that you don't belong.
I missed the dunk, but the part of the video you didn't see was the foul that was called.
Oh.
You hacked me.
I did. That was all ball. All ball.
Someone should let Iguodala know that there's a guy named Luca in the league and others, but his point is well taken.
Yeah. This show is.
His point is well taken. Another point that's got a story that's going to have legs all year long is, where does Odell Beckham wind up? We talked about it a little bit yesterday. Aaron Rodgers has responded to the rumors that we started that Beckham goes to Green Bay. Okay. But what did he say? Find out after this. Uh-oh.
Family is just very important.
She's my sister, and we depend on each other a lot.
She's the rock of the family. She's the person who holds everything together.
It's a battle, you know, I'm gonna be there.
Keytruda and chemotherapy been treating my cancer with 2 different types of medicine.
In a clinical trial, Keytruda and chemotherapy was proven to help people live longer than chemotherapy alone. Keytruda is used to treat more patients with advanced lung cancer than any other immunotherapy. Keytruda may be used with certain chemotherapies as your first treatment. If you have advanced non-squamous, non-small cell lung cancer and you do not have an abnormal EGFR or ALK gene, Keytruda helps your immune system fight cancer, but can also cause your immune system to attack healthy parts of your body. This can happen during or after treatment and may be severe and lead to death. See your doctor right away if you have cough, shortness of breath, chest pain, diarrhea, severe stomach pain or tenderness, severe nausea or vomiting, headache, light sensitivity, eye problems, irregular heartbeat, extreme tiredness, constipation, dizziness or fainting, changes in appetite, thirst, or urine, confusion or memory problems, muscle pain or weakness, fever, rash, itching, or flushing. These are not all the possible side effects. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions, including immune system problems, or if you've had an organ transplant, had or plan to have a stem cell transplant, or have had radiation to your chest area or a nervous system condition.
It feels good to be here for them.
Living longer is possible. It's true. Keytruda from Merck. Ask your doctor about Keytruda.
Let's hide in the attic.
No, in the basement. Why can't we just get in the running car?
Are you crazy? Let's hide behind the chainsaws.
Smart. Yeah, okay.
If you're in a horror movie, you make poor decisions. That's what you do.
Shh, I'm being quiet. Breathing on me.
If you want to save even more, you bundle your home and car insurance with Geico. It's what you do.
It's Skip Drip Bayless.
I am a living legend.
He came to play Shannon Shay Show. Get off my property. Always right, never wrong, undisputed.
England.
That was terrific.
USA.
Go, US!
At Wembley Stadium. Friday at 2:30 Eastern on Fox.
New Astapro Allergy. No allergy spray is faster. With the speed of Astapro, almost nothing can slow you down. Because Astapro starts working in 30 minutes, while other allergy sprays take hours. And Astapro is the first and only 24-hour steroid-free allergy spray. Now without a prescription. Astapro and go.
Buying a home? Then you've got a lot on your mind. Now rising rates? Phew, it's a lot.
But with Rocket, you have an advantage. You can lock your rate for 90 days while you search for a home. If rates rise, yours is safe. But if they fall within 3 years of buying, you can refinance to a new, lower rate with exclusive savings. We'll help you lock it and drop it so you can buy today. That's the Rocket Advantage. Lock your rate today. Call 8336-ROCKET or visit therocketadvantage.com.
Well, this resume is getting seen, just not by who you want. You need a better plan.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. An Indeed resume gets you seen by the right people, all without having to do one dance move.
It's a cat. It's an old cat. It's an old cat bat.
Some things leave you guessing, but not MailChimp. MailChimp takes the guesswork out of email marketing by analyzing millions of data points from the billions of emails we send to offer personalized suggestions for how to improve engagement and revenue. Guess less and sell more with the #1 email marketing and automation platform. Intuit MailChimp.
The new Subway Series menu, the greatest sandwich roster ever assembled. For more on the new boss, here's Patrick Mahomes.
Incredible. Meatballs, fresh mozzarella, and pepperoni.
Oh, the meatball's out. I thought he never fumbles. The new Subway Series. What's your pick?
This October on Fox and FS1, the National League's biggest stars battle it out on the road to the Fall Classic. The National League Division Series begins October 11th, only on Fox and FS1. We should congratulate the World Series champion Atlanta Braves. They clinched the division last night with a 2-1 win over the Marlins. The Mets got to 100 wins yesterday, but they will be the wild card in the National League and play the San Diego Padres in the first round. And yeah, if you missed it yesterday, the Phillies also broke their streak of like 11 years without being in the postseason. So we are locked and loaded. Today's the final day of the regular season, and then on Friday and the weekend, all the wild card action starts, and you get a lot of it right here on FS1 and, of course, on Fox. You guys know the concept of dead man walking, right?
Sure. Oh,
yeah. Guy knows he's going to get fired and walks into the building anyway. This is a segment we call Dead Man Talking. Matt Rule, the head coach of the loser Carolina Panthers, was asked to kind of give you like a state of the state address, and I'm going to let it play for itself. Here's what he said.
Fans pay their money to come here, man. They deserve to see good football, and they deserve to see better football than we played last night. And so I respect it. I have no problem with that. I think we played good defense, but I know that we want to see people want to see offense. They want to be excited and entertained, and it's not happening. And I get it, completely get it. And we just need Baker to settle down and play within the scheme and play on time. So those are the things that we coach. Those are the things that we believe in.
All right, so we're starting to throw Baker under the bus a little bit without coming right out and saying it's Baker's fault. Here's the problem for the 1-3 Carolina Panthers. They play the best defense in football on Sunday. They're playing San Francisco. I mean, first off, the Panthers' offense stinks already all year long. You know, they haven't scored 20 points, I don't think, in a game this season. If they had, it was by mistake. And now they're playing against a team that is just a dominant defense, as we talked about yesterday.
Yeah.
So it's not going to get any better anytime soon for the Panthers. Matt Rule's going to be out after this year or during this year. The real question is, how do you figure out if Baker Mayfield's your guy?
Well, you've already figured it out.
The answer's
what do you mean? How do you figure it out? How do you know when playing with a chip on your shoulder works? When you're good.
Okay.
That's when it works.
Yeah.
When you stink, you ought to keep your mouth shut and quit taking the tally sheet down.
Yeah.
You know, let me get my list together of all the people when I actually become good, never, and then I'm going to come back after. Stop with your list.
Is it Baker Mayfield's fault that McCaffrey's not having a great year? Though he's only got one wide receiver to throw the ball to.
No,
while the offensive line's not great.
DJ Moore puts up 1,200 yards every single year.
Baker can't do everything.
Did Craig?
Thanks, Giselle.
Craig, did you pick this team to make the playoffs?
I said that they could be a wild card team. I did.
Yeah.
I said that I thought the great Baker Mayfield, change of scenery, a healthy McCaffrey, would go to Carolina and prove all the haters wrong, that he would lead the Panthers to a place they never go to, which is the postseason, as a wild card team.
Yes.
Yes. I maybe even suggested maybe they give Tampa a little run for their money.
You didn't suggest
that comment may have eked out of my mouth, if possible. But what a beep show that place is right now.
Yeah, it's,
who's the first guy in the Panthers to demand a trade, right? Because that's how ugly it is. And they're going to get waxed by San Francisco.
Yeah,
that offense ain't going to score.
Offensively, they have little to no chance of actually producing yardage. And it's the thing about football is yardage
is important.
It's important.
Matter
right?
of fact, you even told us on Monday that if you can gain 20 yards on a pass play, that's worth 3 points.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, so the Panthers think they won 2 games this year.
I don't know that the Panthers have gotten a 20-yard play at all this season.
This whole scoring system is effed up. He told us we get 3 points for a 10-yard run. What's going on? Yeah. If you guys, there's another problem. And this is
I can't wait for this.
This is just my problem with the Carolina Panthers and Matt Rule, who, if Arizona State is offering a job, take it, because you ain't going to be offered that job in 2 more weeks of Panther football. Can you just put him back on the screen now, guys? Yeah. My problem is that, I'm sorry, I have to do it, but, why are your nipples aroused? When you're talking about a 1-3 football team and a bad quarterback,
we're on the East Coast.
Can't you, I don't know.
It's cold. Let me take.
They're protruding.
No, I'm gonna. Cart.
Don't we have Carolina Panther pasties?
I gotta tell you, I don't know what it's called. I'm sure there's a medical term for it.
Yeah, okay.
But my nipples are also always hard. 100%, always.
No, I'm looking. No, they're not. You're good.
Baloney.
You're good. Oh,
well, yeah, always. It's got to be. There's got to be a medical term for it.
It's cold in New York.
It has nothing to do with cold. They can be hot.
It's a medical term. The NFL is going to crack down on that in lieu of all the concussions that are happening. Yeah, the NFL wants to make an announcement that we take nippleitis quite seriously.
Right.
Here.
Yeah.
All right, that's Matt Rule. I teased going into this segment that Aaron Rodgers responded to all the rumors or even the thought process that's out there that we talked about yesterday, that OBJ would make a good teammate in Green Bay. Let's take a look at what Mr. Rodgers had to say. Odell and I have been friends for a number of years now. First off, no one's accepting that or buying that.
Yeah, right? Really?
Stuff like that.
Really?
This guy has no friends.
I guarantee you they've never been out socially once in their entire lives. Obviously, with a player like that, you're always hoping there's a time where you can figure things out and play together. Remember with Aaron Rodgers, you had a player like that, and the first chance he got to run away from you, he ran. You had Devontae Adams. He's everything OBJ is and healthy, right? Yeah. And he ran away from you. So I don't think they're friends. I think they respect each other's talent level, of course, and I think it just makes sense. Whether they're friends or not doesn't matter to me. Odell Beckham, when he's able to play, is going to play for a good team with a great quarterback. They don't have wide receivers like they used to. He's towards the end of his career. They are 3-1. OBJ, again, if you could get acclimated quickly there, makes a lot of sense.
Well, I think the Rams make the most sense, but here's where.
Because he knows the offense?
Well, yeah, because he's familiar with the quarterback. Okay. He knows the offense. They have a rapport. They played well last year together. But the thing you have to understand is whether it's Matt LaFleur from Green Bay, the head coach there, whether it's Sean McVay, the head coach of the Rams, you can go, there's several other, like Kyle Shanahan is there, all these coaches were on the Mike Shanahan tree in Washington.
Okay.
So this offense is the same. The verbiage is the same. The language is the same. So all the stuff that you're going to run, you're familiar with. Now, there's always nuance, right? There's always a few little changes here and there. But for the most part, you could walk into Green Bay and you could know that offense. You'd understand that offense. So that part does make sense.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys that have talked about, the great wide receiver Steve Smith played, funny enough, for Carolina, that there's some guys like that who it doesn't even matter what the verbiage is or what the terminology is, that if you're on the same page as your quarterback, you guys have an understanding, hey, it's 3rd and long, here's the weakness of the defense, I know he's going to run X route, B route, whatever it might be.
Yeah, so I'll just tell you, there's nothing that's unique in the NFL.
Right.
Everybody runs the exact same thing. So the first day, of installation, you put in stick spacing, and everybody knows what that is, right? You may call it something different somewhere else, but it's the same damn play. Curl flat. All these things are exactly the same. So it's not like oh, revolutionary, like, oh my gosh, it's the West Coast versus the East Coast. Oh, what's this?
Right.
You know, it's all the same crap.
Yeah.
It's just the nuance is what's different. The way you coach it a little bit is different, but for the most part, everybody runs the same.
On that West Coast, East Coast stuff, were you a Biggie guy or a Tupac guy? Just so we have it on the record.
Well, I would go Biggie.
Biggie, okay.
Yeah, because I you know what? Because I resonate with big things.
Hey, speaking of unique, if you love NBA basketball, you may have enjoyed last night a little G League at night. Now, there's not really an appropriate way to set this up other than I'm not making it up. The clip I'm going to show you is real, and I just want you to pay attention to the last name of the guy who takes a three-point shot in a game. Let it play.
Assault, curling off the screen, driving baseline. Oh, you fat with a three. Yes, I just said that. That is that man's name. Don't tweet at me. I don't want to tweet from anybody. That's the man's name.
What was that again? The guy's name, I'm not making this up, is Ho, you fat. He probably doesn't space it that way, but Ho, you fat is the guy. Now, here's the best part of it. You would think that Ho, you fat has an interesting first name, too.
Right.
You'd be wrong. His first name, Steve.
Really? So is that his actual? Is it like?
Yes.
Or did he change his name? Like, is it? That's his given surname.
I think he's French, although it doesn't sound French. I would think that's from the Far East, but I believe he's French. His cousin is Ho. I can't even say it.
Craig, ever said that?
His cousin is Ho You Easy, but that's just the family tree. The family tree there.
Oh, Ho you. Have you ever said that sentence out loud before, Craig?
I did live in Buffalo. Yeah, dude, it gets cold there, man. It gets I was lonely, and it gets cold. But I will have that jersey mocked up. Not mocked up. I'm going to order it. Yeah. I'm on Fanatics right after the show. Yeah, can I get the Ho You Fat jersey? Like, you got to figure you get hung up on a couple times, right?
Right.
And just play it one more time. Let somebody else say it. He does miss the three, but let it play one more time, guys, if you don't mind. Go ahead.
Assault, curling off the screen, driving baseline. Oh, you fat with a three. Yes, I just said that. That is that man's name.
Yeah, you know what the next line should be.
I don't want to tweet
Ho
from
you
anybody.
fat,
That's the man's
you
name.
can't shoot.
Right? And there's no doubt he's going to be a Knick.
Oh, of course.
That's my lot in life that the New York Knicks are going to make. Can you imagine that press conference, by the way? The New York Knicks are having a press conference today at 1 o'clock to introduce Ho You Fat to the New York media.
That's the jersey you're going to buy.
No joke. I will have that jersey on this show next week.
It'll be the best-selling jersey in basketball.
I don't think there's any doubt.
Right.
I think you're dead on that.
It'll be the best sign from the Knicks in a decade.
Well, RJ Barrett's pretty good, but I'm with you. I'm with you. Hey, Jerry Jones is talking again. I love when Jerry Jones talks, because when he talks, you know what it's about. It's about his quarterback. Is Dak coming back? Find out right after this. Okay.
At Chipotle, our garlic guajillo recipe brings a whole new dimension to steak. Our most tender cuts, hand-seasoned and grilled fresh, mixed with garlic and guajillo peppers, finished with fresh lime and cilantro. All new garlic guajillo steak. It's a whole new dimension of flavor.
A Corona and palm trees.
A Corona and calm seas.
And a balm breeze.
And our strong knees.
It's Andy and Snoop.
And we're eating Guam cheese.
Guam cheese?
Yeah, I don't know. I ran out of rhymes.
A bunch of dead guys made up work way back when.
It's our turn now, we'll make it up again. We'll build freelance teams with more agility.
The old way of working is deader than me.
We'll scale up and we'll scale down.
Before you're 6 feet underground.
This is how we work.
You know why I love Halloween?
Why?
People give me Kit Kats for free.
Son, you're 8. all your Kit Kats are free.
Happy Halloween! Have a break, have a Kit Kat.
Can you believe this? Doug Flutie and Frank Thomas. You guys look great. Once I turn 40...
Let me guess, less energy, less drive?
Definitely.
It's not your fault. It happens to every man. Testosterone levels drop as you age.
Happened to you guys?
Yep.
So what did you do?
We got Nugenix Total T.
To get your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, text SURGE to 231231. This unique man-boosting formula is powered by Testofen, a patented key ingredient clinically researched to help increase testosterone levels.
That does it. I gotta get Nugenix.
Just send a text for a complimentary bottle. And by the way, she'll like it too.
Get your complimentary bottle of Nugenix now. Text SURGE to 231231. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, with key ingredients to help you get back in shape fast. Absolutely free. That's SURGE to 231231.
What's up, man? We need to talk about that lucky jersey.
Haven't washed it in years.
Multiple years?
I don't see any stains. It's lucky.
It's dirty.
Lucky.
Dirty.
Lucky.
Dirty.
Dirty.
Lucky.
Ha! Maybe lucky?
No. Dirty. You know what to do.
Good luck out there!
Bro, no, listen.
It's dirtier than it looks. It's got to be Tide Hygienic Clean. Now get $15 back when you spend $45 on Tide and Downy.
So Wendy's Biggie Bag is all this food for just $5, and we're not calling it the Reggie Bag?
Oh, no.
What if it's the Reggie Bush?
Definitely not.
The Biggie number 5 Bush?
No way.
Reggie Bush number 5 bag.
Oh, no.
Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's $5 Biggie Bag.
Roman Reigns, Logan Paul, face to face in the ring for the first time ever.
DirecTV, the best in the game, and still the undisputed leader in sports. We're your ticket to every NFL matchup every Sunday. Touchdown! We've got the most live sports in 4K HDR. Set your favorite teams with automatic season recording so you won't miss a moment. No way! And bring all the best together with Sports Mix. Sports on your screens at home or with you on the go with the DirecTV app. Your teams on your screens. DirecTV, where sports are always in season. Come on.
Get in on the action with Prize Picks. Simply pick 2 or more players to win up to 10 times your money. How do you feel?
10 times my money? Woohoo! I can't wait.
Join over 1 million people who found a better way to play. Prize Picks is available in most states. Download the app today and get your first deposit matched up to $100. Prize Picks, daily fantasy made easy.
All right, Dallas Cowboy fans, the big question on everybody's mind is when and what when it comes to the quarterback situation, meaning when Dak is healthy, is Dak the quarterback? Jerry Jones answered that question.
Is he able to grip the football now?
No, not well enough to play.
So is there an amount of games or a record or a win streak that would change the plan this year?
No. I think we've, as I see it right today.
That was a kind of a understated Jerry Jones. It's not usual, and he's probably tired of the question, but what we're getting at here is what if, right? What if Cooper Rush beats the Rams this weekend? What if the Cooper Rush-led Dallas Cowboys then beat the Philadelphia Eagles and now are in first place, 6 weeks into a season? At what point do you say to yourself, hey, what's the best interest of the team? As good as Dak is, and no one's going to argue, he's better than Cooper Rush on both of their best days, there's something to be said for winning. And if you win 4, 5, 6 games in a row and things are cranking, what do you do? It sounds like they've made their decision. Dak Prescott's the starting quarterback.
Yeah, and that's exactly what it should be, because eventually, here's the thing about playing with a backup quarterback, okay? And this is why it's hard, okay?
And you experienced this with Bubby Brister the year you guys had you were 13-1.
And Bubby came in and won 5 or 6 games in a row and started, and as soon as John Elway was healthy, guess who was the starting quarterback?
Right.
It was John Elway. But so this is when you're playing with a backup quarterback. One, offensively, you make everything vanilla, right? So everything else has to be good. They've gone from 18 rushes a game in week 1 when Dak was the quarterback to 28.3 rushes per game.
Sure.
Why? Because you're going to slow down the thing. You're going to vanilla the offensive game plan up. 2, you got to create turnovers as a defense, and you got to have explosive plays on special teams. Like that's the formula, right? Sounds easy. You know what? It's hard to do that week in and week out.
Sure.
And so, right now, Cooper Rush is a quarter bottle of Compound W, right? He's covering that wart.
Yep.
Right? But eventually, you know what? You run out of Compound W, you know what gets exposed? The wart. The wart will be exposed eventually. He'll throw a couple of picks, and the bottom line is we'll quit going, are we going to play Dak? Are we going to play Cooper?
Yeah.
It's Dak's job.
I thought it was set up that way because I thought the Rams would be better. So when I envisioned this, we talked about it on the show a couple weeks ago, I kind of scripted this where they're going to win. Listen, they beat Washington, big deal, right? Hey, you beat Washington. Okay, great. You go out to L.A., the way my mind worked was the Rams beat you, your offense isn't very good, everybody then clamors for Dak to come back. It's not even an issue. It's not happening that way. And I'm just trying to figure out, and I agree with you, the wart at some point gets exposed.
Right.
But what if it doesn't? Just play out the fantasy. Mm-hmm. What if he's 18 of 24, 240 yards, couple touchdowns, no turnovers at all.
Sure.
The defense dominates, and you win a game, 20-16, making it up. Then you go to Philly, and let's say again, Cooper Rush, because Dak can't grip a ball yet, he beats the Eagles. At some point, you are what you are, right? Like, do you just blindly go back to Dak because he's the guy that made all the money and he's the guy that the team was built around, at least offensively?
Sure.
Or at some point do you say to yourself, hey, we're going to ride the horse that wins until the horse doesn't win?
Listen, you know what you do? You go back to Dak and you say, let's change our game plan. Let's make sure we adhere to this formula with our starting quarterback as opposed to the formula that we started the season with. So, don't put it all on Dak's shoulders, right? Let's play better football around Dak.
So let me stop you there. You see the schedule on the screen with Rams and Eagles. But then after that, all the Detroit's offense is much better than they might be getting credit for. They lost that blowout, the high-scoring game to Seattle on Sunday. And then you got the Bears. That's easy. Then you've got the bye week. Excuse me. Their schedule changes a little bit after the bye week with Green Bay and Minnesota, 2 teams that can light up a scoreboard, right?
Yeah.
So to me, you could almost make the argument Cooper Rush is my quarterback to the bye week.
Sure, I don't have any issue with that.
Okay.
But my thought process with that is let's come out and say it.
Okay.
Right? Because then we shut everybody up. Because here's the thing that happens to you, and Cody knows this. You're in a locker room. You know what ends up happening to you? You have to answer that freaking question every day.
Right.
Every day somebody comes in and goes, well, what if? Let's put a timetable on this. Let's say, hey, listen, Dak right now can't grip a ball. We're going to give him till the bye week off. Put him on IR. Give him 4 weeks.
And then the issue is done.
It's
now,
dead. You don't have to answer the question
The
anymore.
rub on that, though, is, okay, now go back to your original point of this. If the wart gets exposed, if you come out and announce Dak's coming back for the game against Green Bay, first game after the bye week, everyone can accept that. His hand will be totally healed by then.
Right.
We're good to go.
Okay.
But let's say the hand is better earlier than that, and it looks like it's on that trajectory to be better in the next week or two. If the wart gets exposed and Cooper Rush suddenly is throwing interceptions, making bad decisions, the Cowboys lose to the Eagles, I don't know, right?
Right.
You've already announced he's not coming back till after the bye week. Now you're in a pickle. Right?
See, I don't look at it that way because what's going to happen when you first come back and you're not 100% healthy? You come back a week early or 2 weeks early, because that's what players do.
Right.
We talked about this with concussions, right? You got to protect the player from the player. So what's going to happen is you're going to struggle for a couple of weeks because you've got to relearn how to grip the ball. You've got to
Okay, so I'll stop you on that. So go back, put that schedule back up again, guys. So if that's the case, and if you can't anticipate that Dak comes back, there it is, and the offense struggles a little bit as they all get back on the same page, then I'd bring him back for the Chicago game. They suck. Right? So if you want Dak Prescott to have an easy landing, don't wait till you have to play the Green Bay Packers and he might have to score 30 points.
Right.
Come back against a team that, no joke, You score 20 points, run the ball 35 times, manage Dak's first game back.
Right, and what should be actually, you know what? I'm going to give you credit. That's actually a really smart idea.
You should be a coach.
You should be the coach. Listen, I think that makes a ton of sense. Here's the other thing. Let's face it. With the way the Bears' offense is going right now, defensively, you might not have to score on offense.
Right.
You may just be able to score a defensive touchdown or get yourself field position to kick a couple of field goals and beat the Bears.
As you know, as commentators, people always say, that's a good problem for a team to have, that they found a quarterback in Cooper Rush. But it also comes with these trap falls, right?
Well, here's the deal. So I told you I was part of an 11-0 team and a 13-0 team. You know what happens to you? You get held hostage. When there's national news about your football team, whether it's good, bad, indifferent, you're winning, you're losing, you get held hostage because everybody is in your locker room. Everybody's asking you questions. Can you guys go undefeated? Can you do this? Can you do that? And eventually, you know what you do in your own facility that's a safe house? You hide.
Really?
Right. Oh, yeah, you don't want to be you can't be in the locker room. There's all of a sudden all the national media is there. So you got, in your time where, hey, man, normally I come in the locker room and doink around and talk to whoever or do whatever. Now I'm hiding in the training room, or now I'm going to the weight room, or I'm going somewhere else because I don't want to have to answer the question, what are they going to do about Cooper Rush? What's going on? Is
it really that annoying?
It is that annoying.
And quote-unquote distracting. Is it that much of a pain in the ass?
Well, think about it. Think about what you have to, as a player.
Yeah.
So you're playing for the Cowboys right now, right? You're an innocent bystander, right? You're innocent. Yeah, right. Yeah. Oh, nice. Yeah. Okay. So it's not only it's not just the media, Cart. It's your family members. It's your buddies from college. It's everybody calls you and asks you the same freaking question. If you don't think every guy on this team is getting the exact same question that we're talking about right now from everybody in their circle.
Sure.
It's annoying. You go to dinner with your wife. And the guy who's serving you or the gal who's serving you asks you the question. They ask you, hey, man, I don't mean to bother you, but let me bother you, right? And they're asking you the question. So, yeah, it's that annoying. I'll tell you, I always say we got Glenn Kadrest, okay? Glenn Kadrest.
Is that a person?
Yeah, he was a linebacker for us. He's a great special teams player. Played for the Jets.
Okay.
I'm surprised you didn't know him.
Glenn or Glenn?
Glenn. Okay, Glenn Kadrest.
Sure.
So we're 13-0.
Right.
It's before we play the Giants. We lose our first game.
Yeah.
And Amani Toomer. Thank you from the cheap seats. So we're sitting in the locker room, right? And you got this horde of national media guys that don't really cover the team.
Right.
Everybody and their brothers, uncles in there. You can't even change your clothes, right? Everybody's in there. And we're all sitting there and we're all avoiding it, right? We're all, oh, listen, it's one game at a time. It's all the cliche stuff. And all of a sudden, from across the locker room, there's Glenn Kadrest. And he goes, hell yeah, I'm thinking about it. How can you not be thinking about it? Yeah, all you guys ask me every day. Yeah, we're all there. And he just goes off. He goes off.
Yeah.
Right?
And
we're all like, oh, my God, you can't say any of that stuff, right? And then we go get our ass kicked in New York. And so we got Glenn Kadrest. And that's what happens to teams. With these things, they're fester.
So it would be better, like what Jerry Jones tried to do there, and put an end to the conversation. Just Dak's our quarterback as soon as he's healthy. And when he's healthy, we will let you know. Doesn't mean we're going to stop asking the question, but at least you try to temper it by saying, there's no way Cooper Rush is taking Dak's job.
Right.
I got you. Okay.
Right.
That's all. You okay?
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Sure.
It was an emotional time in my life.
How did the Inuit of Alaska get to you when you were 11-0 and asked you a question you didn't want to answer?
It was Herbie Nyakpuk. That guy would not leave me alone. The Shishmaref Marauder? I mean, come on. How are you going to go wrong?
Listen, it's Wednesday, and that means it's time to bring out the panic buttons. Should the Rams be panicking? The guys will answer that question. I think it's obvious right after this on FS1. Let's go.
You did not know.
At Chipotle, our garlic guajillo recipe brings a whole new dimension to steak. Our most tender cuts, hand-seasoned and grilled fresh, mixed with garlic and guajillo peppers, finished with fresh lime and cilantro. All new garlic guajillo steak. It's a whole new dimension of flavor.
What's your favorite part of a Kit Kat bar? The chocolate?
Nope.
The inside.
The wafers?
No, the stuff in between the wafers.
Ah, the in-between stuff.
Have a break. Have a Kit Kat.
That's half the fun of a new house, seeing what people left behind in the attic.
Well, saving on homeowners insurance with Geico's help was pretty fun, too.
Oh, it's a tiny dancer.
They left a ton of stuff up here.
Well, enjoy your house.
Nope. No, thank you.
Geico could help you save on homeowners and renters insurance.
I think I changed my mind about these glasses.
Yeah, it happens. That's why VisionWorks gives you 100 days to change your mind. It's simple. Anything else I can help you with?
Like what?
VisionWorks. See the difference.
Dude, you coming?
Because the only thing dripping should be your style. Plop, plop, fizz, fizz, Winter Warriors with Alka-Seltzer Plus cold and flu relief.
If you watch football on TV, you need Fubo TV. The most college football you can get without cable. Stream up to 4 games at once with Multiview. Try free at FuboTV.com.
Hi, I'm Ted Ligety, 2-time Olympic gold medalist and 5-time world champion. Buying or selling a home is a huge decision. You need to win. It means everything for you and your family. I've won a lot, and I know how important it is to work with a great team. That's why I trust HomeLight. HomeLight works with the best local real estate agents, proven winners. Over 1 million people have used HomeLight to sell their home faster and for more money. It only takes 2 minutes, and it's free. Get started for free at HomeLight.com.
Fiverr freelancers developed my app exactly as I envisioned it.
All I did was log on. I found freelancers. I picked the one that would fit my budget and the one that had great reviews.
Join Fiverr today and get something going.
Hi, I'm Jeff from Nuts.com. When my grandfather started this business, he relied on freshness, quality, variety, and service. We still deliver the freshest nuts, dried fruits, snacks, and sweets to families all around the country. Nuts.com. Enjoy free shipping on your first order.
Restructured pork patty. Arby's real country style rib sandwich. Arby's, we have the meat.
Start Saturday strong with America's #1 game. Big Noon Saturday on Fox. Touchdown! It all starts at 10 Eastern with Big Noon kickoff live from Bloomington. Then Blake Corum and #4 Michigan take their electrifying show on the road for a Big Ten battle with Indiana. The best pregame, the best announcers, the biggest games. Michigan, Indiana, all part of Big Noon Saturday on Fox.
The Sport Clips MVP haircut experience is like nothing else in the world.
And now, it's better than ever.
It's a perfectly steamed hot towel, infused with our signature scent. A 7-point massaging shampoo. And neck and shoulder, Nirvana.
Oh, yeah.
The MVP haircut experience, only at Sport Clips.
Yeah, dude, that doesn't look good.
I know what to do. I'm going to castnetusa.com. I can apply in minutes, and if approved, I can have the money as soon as the same business day.
Go to cashnetusa.com to apply for the money you need.
When the details take precedence, the rest falls perfectly into place. We strip away everything but the essential. And what we're left with are thoughtful bedrooms for modern living. Thuma.
We're getting this thing right. Nobody's panicking.
What do you got?
Stop hitting that panic button down there. Like I said, we're not panicking.
Yes.
Nobody's hitting the panic button yet.
That's right. And again, back.
Yeah, so I'll just take a deep breath and relax.
It's time for everybody's favorite Wednesday segment, the Panic Button. That's Mark Schlereth. That's Cody Decker. This is how it works. I'm going to present you guys with a team. Okay. You guys can either push the panic button or not, and then great conversation will ensue. Okay? All right. Your very first team, the 2-2 Los Angeles Rams. Oh, a double panic button.
Yeah.
Why should they panic?
Oh, well, I mean, right now, you're talking about a Rams team that has been known for offense, right?
Yes.
And they're not producing any offense. 29th in the NFL at 17 and change. Scoring-wise, 28th in the league as far as yardage is concerned. And, and everybody thinks that, if we get Odell Beckham Jr., like, that's going to fix our offensive issues.
Sure.
What, is he going to put on 60 pounds and play left tackle?
He's not.
It's not going to help you. Like, that's not going to help you. Like, there are serious concerns here with this football team. And I tell you, it is hard when the target's on you, you come off the Super Bowl, you lose players, because there's some guys that once they get the ring, you know what they're looking for? The money, right? And they'll leave and go find the money. So this is a football team that's just not very good right now.
Not only that, in their last game, sorry, Cody,
of course.
And I can't believe this, they targeted Cooper Kupp 19 times. They've become the most predictable one-dimensional offense in football. Go ahead.
It's all about one thing, and it's not about who isn't him anymore. It's about Cooper Rush. Cooper Rush is about to be a backup quarterback who's about to dominate the Rams.
Well,
absolutely.
What he's alluding to there is that the Cowboys play the Rams. That game, of course, is at SoFi Stadium, but you both hit the button. So if you're a Rams fan, start panicking. All right, team number 2. This one, when don't these people panic? You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. The 2-2 Cleveland Browns. Panic or don't panic?
No.
Oh, come on, guys.
No.
Did you not see them last week? No, that's not an NFL football team.
What are you talking about?
That's your Cleveland bias is what it is.
I love Cleveland. They're wonderful people.
Yeah, right.
Okay, why are we panicking in Cleveland?
Because they're sitting at 2-2 right now. That whole division is basically tied, are they not? I mean,
yes, they are.
So like,
they play I should say they play the Chargers on Sunday.
Okay, one thing about Cleveland now, quarterback notwithstanding, like that's about as talented a roster as you're going to find in the NFL. They're a very good roster. I'm not worried about Cleveland. Cleveland is a good football team.
Wow. That's something that doesn't get said often on any show that talks about football with any type
well,
of
nobody ever talks about Cleveland on any football show.
That's also very true.
That's why nobody says it, because it's never a topic.
The big news in Cleveland, I think it's either this week or next week, Deshaun Watson's allowed back in the facility. I can start, reading playbooks and practicing and be there. And before you turn around and blink your eye, he's going to be playing football for the Browns. But you guys both agree it's not time to panic yet, so I was wrong on that one. Okay, let's stay in the AFC North. Here we go. Ready for the team?
Yeah.
Panic, don't panic. Baltimore Ravens.
No.
Hit the damn thing.
No way! Come on, Lamar Jackson's there in the end.
They're the worst second-half team in football.
So what?
Hit the thing. No. Hit the thing.
Wait a minute. Have they?
Hit the thing.
Have they been good in the first half?
They're great in the first
half.
half.
Okay, they can play. They just have to fix the second half.
It's a 60-minute game. Hit the thing.
No. Listen. Here's the deal. Here's what's going to happen. Lamar Jackson is a freak show. Like, you know how much of a freak you have to be when you make the world's greatest athletes look like they're on the JV?
Yes.
Like, how good you have to be when everybody around you looks like they're playing JV in your varsity.
Or you just play against Jalen Ramsey. So,
all right.
Hold on.
He's not him.
But here's what I think needs to happen. They've gone away from their blitzing style of defense, their pressure defense. They've given up a lot of plays. I think you have to go back and play complementary-wise. So they are a great run football team. They create that kind of that play action for Lamar Jackson. I just think they have to go back to being super aggressive on the defensive side of the ball, play that way. It fits what their offense does, and it makes them a better football team. I think they get conservative in the second half. They try to sit back and not let big plays happen.
Sure.
You know what happens? Big plays happen. Right.
And not only that, we should be fair about it. If Harbaugh doesn't make the brain-dead coaching decision he made not to put points on the board with 4 minutes to go against the Buffalo Bills in Baltimore, you might be talking about the 3-1 Ravens, first place all by themselves, and not even a team that we question if you're panicking yet. And this week, they play the Cincinnati Bengals. It's a Sunday night game, but, that's first supremacy, at least for now, in the AFC North. And, of course, the Bengals are off back-to-back wins, so they are now 2-2. All right, final one. I'd like to get a button push today. So I'm going to go off script.
You pushed the Baltimore one 14 times.
I panic at everything.
Okay.
Yeah, I panic. I wake up on that.
It's in here.
Here we go.
Okay.
You ready?
All right, yeah.
AFC East. Should the Miami Dolphins panic?
No, really?
Yes, I got a button push. Go.
Of course, they lost their quarterback, and when are they going to let that guy come back? Really?
Never.
Right. I mean, it may be several weeks before he comes back, maybe more. I don't know. And so I get it. You've got a professional in Teddy Bridgewater, and Teddy Bridgewater's a great guy. He's never seen a check down that he couldn't complete for less than the first down and punt. That's the modus operandi, right? Oh, it's 3rd down and 12. Let me throw a 3-yard out. Let me throw a swing pass. Oh, we got tackled for 6. Hey, way to go. Let's punt. That's what this offense is going to become. I love Teddy. Teddy's a great guy. There's a reason they call him Check Down Teddy, because he throws a lot of checkdowns.
They play the Jets, by the way. The Jets try to win.
Oh, never mind. Wait a minute. Can I untake that? Can I take that off? Unpanic.
I got one.
Oh, no.
Listen, I can't tell you the last time the Jets won 2 games in a row. I really can't. Hey, Troy, when's the last time the Jets won back-to-back games? Troy's our researcher over there.
Probably 2.
I'm sure it's going to take a little time for him to get to that. You got to go way back to the days of Namath, I think.
I was going to say, does the internet go back, like it was before the internet was born? Did they have the record?
Were they called the Titans at the time?
Oh, okay.
It was 2019, Craig.
2019?
2019, they won 2 games in a row.
So it's been 3 years. We won 3 games in a row.
Wow.
What was the final record?
They went 7-9 that year.
Fit yourself for a ring,
Yeah,
Craig.
but I think, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, they won those games, and unfortunately, that save was Adam Gase's job. He came back another year. Yeah. So sometimes it's not your best interest to win your last 3 games of the season.
Apparently, he saw that he won 3 games in a row. That's why his eyes bugged out, right?
Oh,
because he was like, I've never seen such a thing.
No, his eyes bugged out because he saw Matt Rule's nipples. Meanwhile, I should tell you that the Jets are going to win their 2nd consecutive game. They haven't won a divisional game in 18 years, so hopefully at home against the Dolphins, the Jets can actually have a winning record midway through the month of October. Now, there is panic happening in another sport. I'm sure at FS1 we cover this at some 3 o'clock in the morning Saturday nights when we get replayed. It's the fishing scandal that's rocking the world.
Oh.
You guys ever go be in a fishing tournament or anything like that?
Sure, yeah.
All right, so you have a set amount of time. Whoever catches the most fish by weight usually wins, and there's serious prizes. Like this particular tournament group, it's 6 figures in prizes over the course of the year. Here's what happened. These 2 guys, your partners, they've won like every competition this year, and they've won over $100,000. At this last tournament, someone said, wait a minute, how come our fish weigh 5 or 6 pounds and their fishies are weighing 9 or 10 pounds? So they gutted the fish open, and let's take a look at what they found. Because people were not happy.
Yep.
There's nothing worse than angry fishermen and bad hats. And that's what they found. Leaded weights that you normally use to get your lure to drop down to the bottom of a lake or whatever it is, and fillet of other fish. So they were stuffing
Do they
their
serve
fish.
that at McDonald's? Filet of other fish?
They do not.
Okay.
Burger King does.
Oh, okay, I got you. Okay.
So at one point, and we're not playing the order because it's filled with expletives, the guy that's in charge of the fishing tournament tells the guys, get in your truck and leave, and begs the other fishermen, don't kill them. Like, no joke. Don't kill them, because these 2 guys have been robbing the other fishermen blind.
I've got, and this is a serious question, and I don't want to be out of bounds here. So this is really serious.
There's another emotional moment.
Okay.
From Stink.
So, and there's going to be some people that get mad at me for asking this question, but this is a legitimate question.
Yeah.
Do those guys fish for the Patriots?
Wow.
Amazing. Wow.
Wow.
after him. Dude.
I mean, any shot at Belichick is a shot I like.
Yeah, well, I did that for you because I know he befriended you.
Yes, he did.
Yes.
He did. Listen, he defriended me very publicly, and one day he's going to come on the show, and he's going to apologize for it.
Okay.
And until that day, I will make fun of him every chance I get. So
Okay.
thank you for doing
You're welcome.
my bidding for me. All right, big NFL news, and that's what's going on in Pittsburgh. And the Kenny Pickett era is officially underway. More from Mike Tomlin on that, and Steeler fans also comment on it coming up right after this on FS1.
It's the greatest sandwich roster ever assembled.
Next is the new Great Garlic. The tender rotisserie-style chicken is sublime, and the roasted garlic aioli adds a lovely piquant flavor.
Man, the second retirement really changed you. The new Subway series. What's your pick?
Buying a home? Then you've got a lot on your mind. Now, rising rates? Phew, it's a lot. But with Rocket, you have an advantage. You can lock your rate for 90 days while you search for a home. If rates rise, yours is safe. But if they fall within 3 years of buying, you can refinance to a new, lower rate with exclusive savings. We'll help you lock it and drop it so you can buy today. That's the Rocket Advantage. Lock your rate today. Call 8336-ROCKET or visit therocketadvantage.com.
It's not about how fast you run. It's about how well you slow down. Corona Premier. Lower carbs, lower calories. Is your light beer Premier?
As a young man, my hair started to thin. I couldn't sleep, I was stressed about it, and there were few options out there. Nutrafol is a drug-free, natural supplement that gave me my hair, my health, and my confidence back. Get growing at Nutrafol.com.
Who's on it with Jardians?
Free. Jump. We're the ones getting it done.
We're managing type 2 diabetes and heart risk.
We're on it with Jardians.
Join the growing number of people who are on it with the once daily pill, Jardians. Jardians not only lowers A1C, it goes beyond to reduce the risk of cardiovascular death for adults with type 2 diabetes and known heart disease. And Jardians may help you lose some weight.
Jardians may cause serious side effects, including ketoacidosis that may be fatal, dehydration that can lead to sudden worsening of kidney function, and genital yeast or urinary tract infections. A rare life-threatening bacterial infection in the skin of the perineum could occur. Stop taking Jardians and call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of this infection, ketoacidosis, or an allergic reaction. And don't take it if you're on dialysis. Taking Jardians with a sulfonylurea or insulin may cause low blood sugar.
A once daily pill that goes beyond lowering A1C?
We're on it.
We're on it. We're on it with Jardians.
Ask your doctor about Jardians.
Can you believe this? Doug Flutie and Frank Thomas. You guys look great. Once I turn 40...
Let me guess, less energy, less drive?
Definitely.
It's not your fault. It happens to every man. Testosterone levels drop as you age.
Happened to you guys?
Yep.
So what did you do?
We got Nugenix Total T.
To get your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, text SURGE to 231231. This unique man-boosting formula is powered by Testofen, a patented key ingredient clinically researched to help increase testosterone levels.
That does it. I gotta get Nugenix.
Just send a text for a complimentary bottle. And by the way, she'll like it too.
Get your complimentary bottle of Nugenix now. Text SURGE to 231231. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, with key ingredients to help you get back in shape fast. Absolutely free. That's SURGE to 231231.
Jump into Lectric's end-of-season sale. Hop on the most popular e-bike in the U.S., the Lectric XP 2.0. Equipped with a top speed of 28 miles per hour and a 45-plus mile range. Buy any XP 2.0 and get a free pannier bag and get an additional $50 off. Don't miss out on one of our biggest sales of the year and get your XP 2.0 while supplies last. Go to lectricebikes.com today.
So sweet, so crispy. Nobody makes breakfast as good as Wendy's new home-style French toast sticks.
Nobody.
Nope.
Keep talking.
I
can't hear you.
I should probably stop.
Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new home-style French toast sticks.
This LA team gets star after star after star,
which used to be the model for Dallas.
CeeDee Lamb is now the guy. We know that Jalen Ramsey is the guy. So who's winning that matchup?
The brighter the stage, the better he is. That's Jalen Ramsey.
The NFL, Sunday on Fox.
home of Super Bowl 57.
Card.
I have 3 Super Bowl rings.
Okay, just being men here. Start Saturday strong with Big Noon Saturday as Blake Corum and number 4 Michigan take their electrifying show on the road to Indiana. It all starts with Big Noon Kickoff Live in Bloomington at 10 a.m. Eastern. Then, of course, it's Michigan and Indiana at noon on Fox. Okay, welcome back. That is Mark Schlereth. That's Cody Decker. This is the Carton Show. The big news in Pittsburgh, of course, is that it's official. Everybody knew it after last week when they brought Kenny Pickett in for the second half of the Steeler-Jet game, but they announced it now. Kenny Pickett is the man. But they really are rubbing Mitchell Trubisky's nose in it because, as you know, he was voted a team captain. Now, there's only like 1 or 2 teams in all football who have captains that don't include the quarterback. I'm pretty sure Seattle's one of those teams. We'll get to that in a second. They're having Mitch Trubisky go out for the coin toss as the captain of the Steelers, and then he's going to put the parka on and sit on the sideline and not play. Now, that seems a little much to me. It's one thing that you lose your job. It happens. It's the NFL. It's another thing then to rub your nose in it and make you do the coin toss. Is it not?
It feels like. Did you ask him if he still wants to go out there? Could you give him the option? Like, what are you going to go out there?
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain of the Pittsburgh Steelers, who is not going to play ever again for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Give a nice round of applause for...
Does he gather the other captains up and go, okay, guys, come here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to call heads. And this is what I feel is going to be the best thing for our football team. So gather around, let's go out here, and let's win this coin toss.
It's so brutal.
Right?
Don't joke. Like, I love Mike Tomlin. This is not the best idea.
Dude, that's like being the best man at a wedding, and you think, the bridesmaids, but the bridesmaid, like the matron of honor, is your sister. Like, you gotta, You gotta walk down the aisle with your sister?
I'm playing that analogy all over the place.
Can we have a show?
I don't understand it either, but it just felt like you're not winning that one. That's what it felt like. Maybe it wasn't great. But there's a lot of not great stuff. There's a lot of not great stuff out there. A lot of it. It's got to get out.
You just keep letting it out. We'll figure it out. Just walk through the Kenny Pickett thing. Some guys, sometimes we've seen a lot historically, guys rally around the young quarterback, right?
Sure.
So, I think also what you talked about with Dallas makes sense to me in Pittsburgh. Slow it all down, run the ball if you can, not a great offensive line, but run the ball as much as you can, and you limit the game plan to let the kid get comfortable. Now, the one thing, if you look at his stats from last week, I think it was 10 of 13. Right? And the 3 incompletions were actually interceptions, right? So somebody did catch the ball on every single throw. It did.
You got that going for you. So
Listen, not a single one of my balls hit the ground.
Right. There's very few people that can say that on a Sunday. Not one ball hit the ground.
That's exactly right. Just walk through the mentality, though, of going to him at this point of the season and trying to also convince the other guys that we're not rebuilding.
Well, you can't convince them that you're not rebuilding. And you knew this going in, right? Because you drafted him, 20th overall anyhow?
Yep.
So, what you've been doing is you've been selling a false bill of goods. And that false bill of goods is Mitch Trubisky, right?
Sure.
Mitch Trubisky is a refrigerator that's not plugged in. It doesn't keep anything cold, right? It just... Does that make
You got analogies left and right.
Just keep going.
You can put milk. You know what? If you put milk in a refrigerator that's not plugged in, you know what it goes? It spoils.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it's not cold. You understand where I'm coming from? You understand? You understand? I don't understand how you can't understand this stuff. Hello. So anyhow,
Craig, when you have a washing machine.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you. You're getting on the bandwagon.
Yeah, the 2 guys need MRIs.
By the way.
Yeah, right?
He's fairly yoked.
Thank you, Mark Schlereth.
Fairly yoked up. You knew this going in. You knew that this was the eventual thing. Like, it would have probably made more sense to bench him last week when you played on a Thursday night, bench him afterwards and give your young quarterback extra time to prepare But this was inevitable. And I will say this. I mean, one thing about Pickett, he's exciting to watch. He throws the ball with authority. I think he throws it accurately. The two of the three picks were tip balls. The last pick was a Hail Mary. So, you know, I think this is one of those situations where you understand there's going to be growing pains along the way, but this was going to happen regardless.
Yeah, listen, Mitchell Trubisky is not even 30 yet, but you're right. When a kid comes in and he's got the swag with the hair going on and the gloves are on, there's a different energy to it. The crowd felt it for sure. And only because, you know, he threw all the interceptions at the Jets. It's something they rarely do, and that's play a great fourth quarter. The kid's a rock star right now, right? And also, it's not like a lot of situations where a team has a veteran quarterback who's towards the end of a career and you draft the young stud that's eventually going to replace him, and there's that obvious passing of the torch or baton, right?
Right.
They brought Mitchell Trubisky in to do exactly what he did. Be a stopgap until they thought the kid was ready.
Right.
And that's why Trubisky was brought there. Now, had he played great, had their offense done anything, yeah, he keeps the job, and Kenny stays on the sideline until whatever date they decide.
It becomes a Garoppolo-Trey Lance situation, right, until the next year, and then you try to trade him or move him. He had the year in Buffalo, and that was kind of the rehab year, right? A year, and you're working with Josh Allen. And
you got Brian Dable.
Right, Brian Dable. You're working with Brian Dable, and you think maybe he fixed himself, maybe he has this great year, and that's a great problem to have a year later. But you know what? It's 4 games later, and guess what?
It ain't good.
No,
that offense
it is what it is.
And Frankie, they're lucky to even have a single win. If McPherson's extra point doesn't get blocked in week 1, the Steelers are winless right now, and that's real, and it's because their offense stinks. Defensively, they've kept them in most of their games.
Sure.
Like, they don't get blown out.
And TJ's been injured. Like, TJ Watt hasn't been playing.
Out,
right.
yeah. And Minka Fitzpatrick is one of the top 10 defensive players in all the league, and even he said when they lost to the Jets, boy, it sucks losing games when you think you're better than the other team. And I get that mentality, but yeah, missing Watt is a big, big deal. Hey, real quick, we mentioned Brian Dable there. You know, the New York Giants are going to London to play the Packers, and you know Tyrod Taylor's out because of the concussion. He's the Giants' backup quarterback. Danny Jones has the leg injury. They think he's going to be able to play. They're not sure yet. Davis Webb's the backup, but they did have a carousel of quarterbacks come in to practice with them to try out. 2 of the guys, A.J. McCarron's one, and then Barkley, who was with the Bills when Dable was there, tried out as well. So don't be surprised if you hear today that the New York Giants are signing a quarterback just as an emergency help backup situation, and there'll be some connection, I'm sure, to Dable
Barkley
when he was
makes
with the
sense
Bills.
to me. Yeah, Barkley.
Matt
makes
Barkley,
sense. Yeah, he's been around for a while, and he's played recently, so that one makes sense.
Yeah, the third guy they brought in, everybody laughed at it, so he just went home, was Jake Fromm. But that's no joke. They did. They brought him in. They go, oh, that's why you're not in the league. Another guy that I'm shocked is in the league and got some kind of crazy accolade this week. And I got to tip my hat just to show you I'm a fair guy. I don't like him personally, but he played his ass off. Geno Smith. Yeah. They scored 48 points against the Lions, and Geno Smith was celebrating the fact that he was the Yoo-Hoo Player of the Week, which makes no sense to me.
I had
that
no
NFL
idea
players get Player of the Week awards. Like, isn't the $30 million enough? Now we're going to give you a bottle of Yoo-Hoo to make you feel good about yourself, but... Yeah, Geno Smith was the Offensive Player of the Week.
Well, Craig, to mark such a momentous occasion, because you are such a huge fan, I did buy you a gift.
No, I don't want that.
You do want that.
What is it?
Why, it's a lovely shirt, Craig, that that's made specifically for you, I believe.
You put $20 in Geno's pocket, really?
No, I did not.
Do you think I'm going to wear this piece of garbage?
1, I put $30 in his pocket, and 2, yes, come on, let bygones be bygones.
Yeah, and I'm going to let them be bygones.
Wait. Why would you possibly hate Geno?
It's personal. Well, by the way, he knows what it is. I know what it is. As men, we will have to figure it out one day, face to face, man to man. In the phone booth when we box each other. No, it is personal, and we're both aware of it. And I try to be the bigger man. I just don't have it in me to be the bigger man. Which is why.
Are you sure he's?
Come on!
Are you sure he's aware of it?
Oh no, he's aware of it.
Okay.
Yeah,
I just didn't want this to be one of those. I just didn't want this to be one of those things where you drink Drano and hope he gets sick.
No, no.
Right? I want it to be equal.
It's been this way for 5 or 6 years, and we've all had our public issues. And one day, one day, we're gonna get together and I'm gonna hit the pound button, and it's gonna be a problem for everybody. Hey, you know the old adage? When a tree falls in the forest, but there's no one there to hear it, does the tree make sound?
Yeah.
Are you familiar with that one? You sure?
I am, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's because it's really old.
Okay.
So I do know it.
And I assume you don't have any better ones in your head that you want to just blurt out, yeah?
I can't think of anything currently.
Okay, good. So along those lines, I guess the question would be this. When Blake Bortles announces his retirement, did anybody know he was still playing?
Come on.
What?
What? But he wasn't playing, right?
But he announced his retirement yesterday.
That's good.
Haven't you been retired for like the last 6 or 7 years? Do we have to make that official?
Some would argue that he retired right after he got drafted.
Yes, like did you call TMZ and go, I just want you to know I retired?
Too soon for you guys? That was too soon? It's a
hostile show.
I said some, not me. I'm not one of the some.
Blake's a great guy. Great guy.
He is.
Yeah, great guy. Just, unfortunately, like a lot of guys just can't play football. But, there's always coaching or commentating. Matter of fact, hey, guys, have Blake Bortles sit in for a week, will you?
Wow. Wow.
I'm not saying he'd be better than you. I'm just saying,
Yeah, you just want to check it out.
What else is Blake Bortles doing, right?
He's got time.
He's got time. And he's got a lot of money in his pocket. A guy that's got both of those is a guy named Aaron Judge, who last night did what everybody's been waiting for. But what did it sound like when he did it? We'll get you through that part of the story right after this, as number 62 has finally happened. Much more show coming right up.
What's for dinner? Panera. Freshly prepared with clean ingredients. It's not just a night off from cooking. It's a delicious night on for everyone at the table. Panera. Only $1 delivery fee on our app.
Okay, we'd open with creaky footsteps. Scary music goes all intense. The couple jumps up like, what is that? They scream, ah! And you go, it's the money you could save by bundling your home and car insurance. Whoa! Money shoots out from drawers, vents from under the bed. The couple's screaming, ah!
Wait, wouldn't they be happy about the savings?
They're scared of how happy savings make them feel.
Oh, of course.
See how much you could save by bundling with Geico.
We always believed the welcoming spirit was a small town thing. Turns out, we were wrong. Wherever Jim Beam is welcome, you'll be welcome too.
If you think you have Dupuytren's contracture, there's a simple test you can take. From anywhere, try to lay your hand flat against the surface. If you can't, you may have Dupuytren's contracture. Talk to a hand specialist about your options, including non-surgical treatments.
New Astapro Allergy. No allergy spray is faster. With the speed of Astapro, almost nothing can slow you down. Because Astapro starts working in 30 minutes, while other allergy sprays take hours. And Astapro is the first and only 24-hour steroid-free allergy spray. Now without a prescription. Astapro and go.
You inspired the Lexus ES to be, well, more you. So thank you. We hope you like your work.
The first time you made a sale online was also the first time you heard of a town named
Dinosaur. We just got an order from Dinosaur, Colorado.
Start an easy-to-build, powerful website for free with a partner that always puts you first. GoDaddy. Tools and support for every small business first.
Fiverr freelancers help me with product design. Just always simple and easy. I log on, I tell them what I need, and I get it delivered. Your turn. Get started on Fiverr today.
Trick or treat! Kit Kat Reese's!
Oh, great costume. Looks like you deserve both.
See ya, boys.
so sweet, so crispy. Nobody makes breakfast as good as Wendy's new home-style French toast sticks.
Nobody.
Nope.
Keep talking.
I
can't hear you.
I should probably stop.
Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new home-style French toast sticks.
All the hard work for the whole season, right here.
Tuesday on Fox and FS1, the National League's biggest stars lead their teams in a fight for the crown.
Nothing better than October.
The NLDS begins Tuesday on Fox and FS1.
Wake up, football fans. It's a Sunday morning encore, live from the UK.
Back to work.
Only on NFL Network. Some of the brightest stars in the game are ready to light up London.
Let's go!
Giants.
He throws it left and makes the catch.
Packers.
Rodgers going deep. Touchdown!
Wake up early and watch with the world. It's Sunday morning football. Sunday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern, only on NFL Network. Wake up, football fans. It's a Sunday morning encore, live from the UK.
Back to work!
Only on NFL Network. Some of the brightest stars in the game are ready to light up London.
Let's go!
Giants.
He throws it left and makes the catch.
Packers.
Rodgers going deep. Touchdown!
Wake up early and watch with the world. It's Sunday morning football. Sunday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern, only on NFL Network.
Try the all-new Subway Series menu. Your pick of 12 irresistible subs.
Deep left, it is high, it is far, it is gone! Number 62 to set the new American League record. Aaron Judge hits his 62nd. All the Yankees out of the dugout to greet him. Just think of it. 3 Yankee right fielders. The Babe hitting 60 and 27. The Jolly Roger hitting 61 and 61. And now Aaron Judge hits his 62nd home run, the most home runs any American leaguer has hit in a single season. And the American League has been alive for 120 years. This is Judgment Day. Case closed.
Yeah, there you go. Case closed. That seemed to be the call everybody used because no one's original anymore. But that's a great call by John Sterling, courtesy of WFAN Radio in New York City. So he hit 62. You see his parents hugging there behind the plate. Great moment for any mom and dad to watch their son or daughter have such a great accomplishment. And then you have to now break down what happened, right? First off, the pitcher, Jesus Tinto, I think is his name, he grooves a fastball to him like he wants to be a part of history. No joke. I'm making contact on that pitch.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
No,
You really think he wants to be a piece of history?
I do, because I never heard of this kid before. Now I know the guy. Jesus keeps giving back.
Yeah.
He even keeps saying he doesn't, but he keeps giving back. So that's the first thing. A 1-1 pitch, he grooves the fastball. Now, what happens in the outfield? That ball's worth, if he doesn't hit another home run today, and I assume he may not even play, there's the meatball right there. Look at it. I mean, come on. Schlereth, you can hit that ball.
That is knee high.
It's a good
center
pitch
cut.
That's a very good pitch to hit. It's
Right.
a good pitch to hit, but it's still 94,
Right.
Craig. You ain't catching up
Yeah,
to it.
I'm not a professional baseball player, but you give Aaron Judge 94 meat down the center of the plate. That's what you want him to do with it. And he obliges. Bang. There's 62. All right, so now the story becomes, who gets the ball? If he does not hit another ball, I saw that ball becomes worth nearly $4 million. If he hits another home run, and who knows if he's even going to play tonight, then it's about $2 to $3 million. Either way, it's life-changing money unless you're Schlereth. Now, here's the deal. Who gets the ball? Everybody's got a glove there on the front. And it's a little bit hard to see, but there's a guy on the left side of the screen there right now who jumps down from his seat thinking if the home run is short by another 3 or 4 feet, I got it. He didn't get it. He also got kicked out of the stadium for trespassing. And now he's got a $2,500 legal bill. but it was worth a shot at $4 million. No,
No, it was perfect. I mean,
Yeah.
exactly. So, and the good thing is he's at a baseball stadium, so he doesn't have to worry about getting beat up by Bobby Wagner.
Also,
Right.
Very
Like,
true,
like if you're a streaker on a football field, Bobby will kill you.
Yeah.
But here, you're safe.
How mad is Tommy Lasagna, or whatever his name was over there in Toronto, who didn't think that he should just jump in the bullpen?
Yeah.
Why didn't everybody do that?
So the guy that caught it is all over Twitter right now. He did not take the offer from the Yankees to trade for anything.
What was the offer? They want to trade. They want to trade trinkets and blankets and stuff.
It's memorabilia. It's a photograph, which means the ball now has to get authenticated by an outside source. It will. Everybody knows who caught the ball. That's not up for debate. He has already been offered $2 million. He has already gotten that offer. That's the guy right there. $2 million. And he's really nonchalant about being followed by the media and being escorted out of the building, because if he leaves the building without that police escort, there's a guy coming for you.
Yes.
Right? There's a guy going, hey, buddy, pow, and taking the ball. But he's looking at $2 to $4 million for catching a baseball. Yeah. Here's the question now. Outside of being the American League, 62 home runs, which is the American League record, Barry Bonds has the record at 73. Just to make sure we're on the same page, no one on this show is disputing that the home run record is owned by Barry Bonds, right?
No.
We're on the same page.
It's incredible that Judge just set a record for being fourth. Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Now, he's got the American League record.
Yes.
And I was thinking about that driving in this morning. It's the only sport in the world where we separate records based on league. He does not have the baseball home run record. Barry Bonds does. He does have the American League record, and we celebrated it like it was the MLB record, did we not?
Well, but there's a lot of people who feel like it's the MLB record.
That's true.
There's a ton of people that feel that way, and so and you're entitled to your opinion, regardless how stupid it is. But you can have that opinion. Yeah. I am not one of those guys that adhere to that, because I look at a league where not only did they turn a blind eye to it, they encouraged it.
Very much so.
They essentially paid guys who didn't have talent. Well, they had talent, but they weren't great players. They paid those guys who they knew were abusing, and essentially said, if you don't jump on the bandwagon, guess what? You're not going to get a contract. So that's the part that bothers me. You want to say, hey, but it was during the steroid. Fine, do whatever you want.
Right.
You have at it, but still, Bonds to me is the guy at 73.
Yeah, I agree. Roger Maris Jr. does not agree. And listen, it's his dad, so I respect the fact that he's trying to defend his dad's honor. And what kid wouldn't do that? But let's not forget what happened a few years when steroid user Mark McGwire broke 61. That's Roger Maris Jr. hugging him like it's his daddy, right? So it's hard to come out 15, 20 years later, whatever it is, 30 years later, and say, wait a minute, Bonds doesn't have the record. I want the record to officially belong to Aaron Judge. Memo to Roger Maris Jr., who I'm sure is a lovely man who can now finally go home and get back to living his life. You're not the commissioner, and it really doesn't matter what you think. I'm sorry, but that's the reality.
Do you not find it weird that his dad, who died with the asterisk on his record?
Well, let me explain that. Yeah, so when Roger Maris broke Babe Ruth's record, the issue is that he did it in a 162-game season, not a $154, right?
Yeah.
So everyone's like, wait a minute. Babe Ruth still has the record. And no joke, there was an asterisk next to Roger Maris's name for the longest time that it wasn't the real record. Go ahead.
Yeah, and now all of a sudden Roger Maris Jr. wants to add an asterisk to Barry Bonds' record? Come on, dude.
You do what's good for you, right?
Yeah,
we all do. Like, what's good for me is good for me, and you guys can suck it up. Anyway, so there you have it. It's finally over. Now we can get back to baseball being boring again. Unless it's on FS1. Because there's nothing better than postseason baseball on Fox and FS1. All the other networks, it sucks. It's boring. But when baseball comes here, we love it. We embrace it. We love it.
Craig, 2 New York teams in the postseason. You got to be fired up. It's your city.
No, it is my city. It's still boring.
Oh, stop it. It's the best game.
Anyway, those games are coming up, and the wild card round does start on Friday. So check your local listings for the team that you care the most about. Tom Brady is. Oh, before I get to Tom Brady, just want to make one other point. When big moments happen, athletes respect other athletes, achieving great milestones.
Yeah.
And I thought it was really cool that Micah Parsons decided to go to the game last night to try to witness history. and he found Judge after the game and got his ticket autographed by Aaron Judge and was just a fan. And I always think it's cool, as you see the photo there of them taking a picture after the game and the ticket that Aaron Judge signed. I love that because, it's hard sometimes when you guys are playing for people to view you as human beings. You're robots, right? And a guy that cared enough, like Micah, to be there for this potential historical moment and wanting an autograph, I think it's great. I just think it's great.
Did you watch Serena at the U.S. Open this year? It was incredible.
Yes.
Everybody came out in support. Everybody said, hey, this is the last major you're going to play in. And I got caught up in it too. I thought it was really cool, and it's a great story.
And that got so weird that actually people were rooting against everybody she played because they wanted her to win, one more major. Like it got ugly for a few matches there. Like there's this innocent, 19-year-old from Venezuela. And she's like, I'm trying my hardest. Right. Why is everybody booing me? I wasn't even born when she won her first major. Anyway, good to see Mike out there, and I love when athletes show each other love like that. Yeah.
Do you think it's funny that Micah Parsons got an autograph and he didn't have to catch the home run ball to do it, and that's what the Yankees offered the guy who caught the home run ball?
Yes. So meaning it has zero value.
Zero value whatsoever.
That is exactly right, and hopefully that guy will sell it and live happily ever after. Tom Brady has a podcast. He talks every week with Jim Gray. And he was asked about, the concussion stuff going on. Tyrod Taylor out last week, Brian Hoyer out last week. There was an issue even in Tampa with Cameron Bray, I believe, who they thought had a shoulder injury.
Yes.
And then it turned out he actually
went in, and then they took him back out, and it was a concussion thing.
So I don't have the audio, but I do have full screen here for you to read what Tom Brady said. And concussions, knees. And this is interesting to me, Mark. Most athletes, according to Tommy here, would probably rather deal with a concussion than a knee injury. And he goes on to talk about all the different types of injuries that can occur in a football game. But that quote stood out to me. If you're a player, and a knee injury we know knocks you out probably for the year, the head injury doesn't. So I assume, and I shouldn't assume anything, but my gut is that's what Tom's talking about.
Yes.
Which injury allows me to come back sooner to play the sport I love more, right?
Correct.
But why would you sign up for a head injury over a torn ACL? That part I didn't get.
Well,
other than what I said.
Right. No, I think it is exactly what you said, because you want to play. That's who you are. And the head trauma, heals relatively quickly compared to an ACL, which, you're out for the rest of the year. And so, football players make money by playing football. And that's what we do. And so I think the narrative out there, though, that is like, I hate this equation. It's football, CTE, freak out, kill your family. Like that's how it's reported.
Sure.
And I know hundreds of guys. Listen, if you play a sport for a living, if you do anything that has repetitive injury damage, right? You throw a baseball forever. You're going to have an arthritic shoulder. You're going to have arthritic knees. That's going to last a lifetime. If you play football, you probably have some brain damage. There's no getting
I
around.
want to stop you on that. And a serious question for a moment here.
Okay.
When the CT conversation became prevalent a few years ago, was there ever a point in your life where you were concerned, hey, I played football a long time, at some point I'm sure you got hit in the head, whether you had official concussions or not, where you were concerned about who you are at 65 years old?
No, never.
Why not?
Well, because, listen, my identity didn't come from football, right? So I wasn't going to struggle after I left, because that's not who I am. Right? I don't identify that way. I've got passions about other things. I'm going to do things. I don't abuse alcohol. I didn't abuse opiates. There are so many other factors that go into this that we don't talk about. It's just this equation. If you play football, you're going to freak out some of the greatest men I know. Some of the greatest fathers, some of the greatest husbands, some of the greatest people I know played football for a very long time and are having great after football careers.
Right.
And so
they might have some level of CT that we just don't know about, right?
Might. Of course they do.
Got it.
Right? Of course they do. But the bottom line is there's so much more that needs to go into it, and all we want to focus on is the people that hate football. Like, and there are a lot of people that don't like football.
Because those
like
are
to see it,
easy headlines.
Right. And they'd like to see it go away. And to those people, I say, up yours. I don't like you.
Sure.
I don't. So I just think I think that I would like to have a real discussion And I would like the other side to be presented as opposed to the side that is presented. Nobody goes, hey, man, we researched this, and this guy's had an unbelievable life. And then then at his death, we took his brain apart, and yeah, he had a lot of CTE, but look at all the things he accomplished. Nobody looks at that side. They just look at the other side, and that pisses me off.
Rightfully so, because it's a false narrative, and it's an easy one and a lazy one to say, hey, take these 5 guys who unfortunately went down a bad path, maybe no fault of their own.
Sure.
But what about the 1,000 guys over here that have some level of the same brain dysfunction or malfunction or erosion, and they did everything right, lived a great life, and all good. It's a very, very fair point. Back to Brady for a second. I guess his shoulder's a little tight. Well, when you're 45 years old and you throw the ball 52 times, your shoulder's going to be a little bit sore for sure, right? But here's something going on this week for Tampa. And I think they're going to win. I'm not worried about this week for them. He hasn't lost 3 games in a row since he was 9. No, all right, I'm exaggerating a little bit there, but it's been no joke like 20-plus years since a Tom Brady team lost 3 games in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happened once, but literally it was 20 years ago before he was the GOAT, right?
Yeah.
So the question is, what if they do? I don't think they will. Don't panic, Tampa fans. What happens if the shoulder's not right? They lose 3 games in a row. He looks around and goes, you know what? My wide receivers kind of stink. I don't have the guys I need to win here. My offensive line isn't that great. I've got other issues happening that are sadly being well documented. Maybe I don't want this. Maybe I don't need this. You think that's possible at all or no?
No.
Okay, we can move on.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think that Tom Brady's going to play, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to figure it out.
I think they're going to win this week, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that. But just you got to put it out there because he is 45, right? He's been largely injury-free. The knee injury was, 20 years ago?
Right.
And if he's complaining about a sore shoulder, and, they go under 500, and all of a sudden...
Remember, the year he went to Tampa, did he retire and then unretire and go to Tampa, whatever it was, right? But this first year in Tampa, I believe they were 8-5. And then all of a sudden, you know what? They never lost another game.
Right.
So there's going to be some growing pains. They've had injuries on the offensive line. They've had injuries at the receiver position. They've had a lot of things going on. You know what they're going to do? They're going to figure it out.
Yeah, that's what they do because that's what he does. He's the greatest human being to ever walk the face of the earth since
100%.
Jesus himself. And Jesus gave up a home run ball last night.
He did.
To Aaron Judge. Hurry up. The latest on the Debo Jalen drama and Aaron Rodgers and OBJ. Plenty of football to come right after this on FS1.
So sweet, so crispy. Nobody makes breakfast as good as Wendy's new home-style French toast sticks.
Nobody.
Nope.
Keep talking. I can't hear you.
I should probably stop.
Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new homestyle French toast sticks.
The redesigned Corona Slim can, named after yours truly. Slim is one of my old nicknames. You better ask somebody. Might as well call them Snoop cans. You like that?
This winter, make sure your tires are ready for adventure. Right now at Midas, buy 3 Cooper tires and get 1 free. Schedule your tire appointment at Midas.com.
New Astapro Allergy, now available without a prescription. Astapro is the first and only 24-hour steroid-free spray. While other allergy sprays take hours, Astapro starts working in 30 minutes. So you can Astapro and go.
When we were a motorized bicycle company, they said that's fine for the streets, but you'll never win a race. They said motorcycles are one thing, but you can't make cars. All right, you're a car company, but you won't win Formula One in a hybrid. Well, you'll never compete off-road. What about when there is no road? No gas? They've challenged us to do a lot of things. What will we do next? Honda, the power of dreams.
New projects means new project managers. You need to hire.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job, you immediately get your short list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job criteria. Visit Indeed.com/hire and get started today.
It's a cat. It's an old cat. It's an old cat bat.
Some things leave you guessing.
but not MailChimp. MailChimp takes the guesswork out of email marketing by analyzing millions of data points from the billions of emails we send to offer personalized suggestions for how to improve engagement and revenue. Guess less and sell more with the #1 email marketing and automation platform. Intuit MailChimp.
The 10th pick is in, the new All-American Club. That's a club I want to join. Let's hear from Simone.
Chuck, that's a club I want to join.
I literally just said that. I like her better than you. The new Subway series. What's your pick?
Wake up, football fans. It's a Sunday morning encore, live from the UK.
Back to work.
Only on NFL Network. Some of the brightest stars in the game are ready to light up London.
Let's go!
Giants.
He throws it left and makes the catch.
Packers.
Rodgers going deep. Touchdown!
Wake up early and watch with the world. It's Sunday Morning Football. Sunday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern, only on NFL Network.
Mark and Sam both have home insurance. Mark has home insurance through Hippo, which comes with a smart monitoring system that notifies you when it detects suspicious movement. So Mark gets to continue his win streak on his massive TV.
Yes!
Sam doesn't have home insurance through Hippo, so he's left wondering where his massive TV went.
I think he was robbed.
Stay ahead of trouble with home insurance through Hippo. Upgrade today and get complimentary smart home sensors. Visit hippo.com and join now.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1, what's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2, join Planet Fitness for $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime, and get moving. Go cardio crazy in our clean and spacious clubs. Jam out on the strength machines and get down with some dumbbells. Step 3, bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends Friday, October 14th.
Start Saturday strong with the perfect game day combo. Fox Big Noon Kickoff and Rise Brewing Company. Use Fox Big Noon Kickoff to hashtag your pregame party. Show us how you rise and grind.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Watch Big Noon Kickoff Saturdays at 10 a.m. Eastern on Fox.
All right, welcome back. We got Mark Schlereth, we got Cody Decker. It's the Carton Show. Halloween happens to be one of my favorite holidays, and I figured out exactly who I'm going to be for Halloween. I'm sure you guys are very interested in my Halloween costume, but I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to show you a highlight from last night's NBA G League at night. All right, and then you could maybe figure it out, not you so much, but you could figure it out after seeing this highlight. It's my favorite new player in all the world. Play the clip. Let's see what it is.
Assault, curling off the screen, driving baseline. Oh, you fat, with a 3. Yes, I just said that. That is that man's name. Don't tweet at me. I don't want to tweet from anybody. That's the man's name.
Excuse me? What's that? So the guy that takes the three-pointer, why not just play it again? Why not just play it again? This is his real name.
Curling off the screen, driving baseline. Oh, you fat, with a 3. Yes, I just said that.
His last name, it says it on the jersey, is Ho, you fat. That's how you say it.
I don't think there's a comma in there. There's no comma in that name.
He's on the French national team. Ho, you fat.
How does he spell it? Do you know how he spells it?
Yeah, ho, you fat.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's not P-H-A-T.
No?
It's ho, you fat. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And in France, they pause after the first syllable of every word.
Really?
Is that
do
true?
they?
Yes,
yeah,
yes, they do.
I did not know that.
French, fries.
French dressing.
Yeah. Okay. There's a natural pause in France. That's for our benefit so we can listen to them.
So,
ho, you fat.
So have I been saying Eiffel Tower wrong this whole time?
We've been saying it wrong, okay? It's Full Tower.
Okay.
That's how you say it over there. That's just French. You guys should go to school or something and learn a second and third language. But here's the best part of ho, you fat. Well, he shoots like Ben Simmons. That's one part. But his first name is also quite unique. Steve.
Yeah, naturally.
But he spells it special because he's French. It's S-T-E-E-V-E.
Oh, that's annoying.
Steve. Steve.
No, it's
Yeah.
Steve.
Here's my question. Let's say you're a random gal, you're a nice woman, and your last name, I don't know, is Wilson, right? Your name is Barbara Wilson.
Right.
Okay? And Barbara Wilson's hanging out one night at a club or a bar or a library.
Nice lady.
Nice guy comes in, they hit it off. They date for a year and a half, and they fall madly in love.
Oh, God.
And then he proposes to her. She, oh, yes, I want to marry you. Her name just went from Barbara Wilson to Barbara. Oh, you fat. Imagine, like, checking into the hotel. Are the Ho You Fats here? Eating at a restaurant?
Right.
We have a table for... It just writes itself on and on and on again. Yeah.
Would it be more problematic for have that name at certain restaurants other than other restaurants?
No, it's a problem for every restaurant. Yes.
Here's the deal. Like, that's a real name.
Let me ask you.
It's not like the guy, the He Hate Me guy that played.
No, he
Here's
made
My
that up.
XFL, right?
It's a real name. Now, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
You seem like the kind of guy that would protect a woman in need, right?
Yes,
A
sir.
distressed situation. If you're standing in a restaurant minding your business, and you hear the maitre d' say, "Ho, you fat,"
Right.
are you going to go over?
You're gonna be like, hey, dude, that's not appropriate, right? Like, you're like, hey, dude, that's
Come
not
on,
appropriate.
man. Like,
Come
she
on,
might
like,
be a hoe, but she's not
right?
fat.
Yeah.
All right. Or she's fat.
She's fat, but
you don't
she's
know
not.
she's a
Yeah,
hoe.
you don't know
Yeah,
that.
be respectful. Just say, "Woman, you fat." Yeah, just
lady, you fat.
that just doesn't fit on a jersey, though, unfortunately. And you can watch Ho You Fat every night now.
On what channel?
Red Tube? Oh, I'm sorry. I have to clear my cache, and I apologize for that. No, on the NBA G League at night. Yeah. This is a Fox computer, so just 1 second. Okay, good. Anyway, we talked about yesterday on the show, the great Debo, catch and run for a touchdown, and how we kind of punked Jalen Ramsey and clowned him at the end because Jalen missed a tackle. And I thought it was a big deal.
You got a turd in your pocket? It wasn't a we. You punked him.
We punked him.
You punked him.
It's what happened to the team?
I stood.
Yeah, you're not playing tennis. This is a team, kid. Yeah, if I say it, we said it.
Oh, if you said it, we said it. Okay. All right.
When I go home tonight, they're gonna ask me about this stupid Rupert Holmes song that I brought up on the show.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
We, the collective.
Okay, we.
Anyway, I was not wrong on this one, nor were we wrong. Debo Samuel was very well aware that Jalen Ramsey missed the tackle. So check out this video.
Uh-oh!
Terrific catch and run. One-on-one with Ramsey. Can't bring him down. Samuel, highlight reel. Touchdown.
Yeah, so that starts off, that's Jalen Ramsey. That's a new phrase the kids use today. I'm him, meaning I'm the man.
Yeah.
I'm the man. Well, you're not the man anymore. And he's having for him a terrible year statistically, but Debo to me is everything right with the NFL. I know in the offseason there was some contractual issues that kind of he came across somewhat greedy or unlikable. I love this kid. Played his butt off, of course. He's one of the best talents in the league. But I love the fact that, like, we always wonder, I see something, I react to it. Do you think the players are aware of it? If you don't mind, just one more time, could you play that video? Because seeing Jalen Ramsey go, I'm him.
Right.
And Debo just laughing is awesome. Play one more time.
Uh-oh.
Terrific catch and run. One-on-one with Ramsey. Can't bring him down. Samuel, highlight reel. Touchdown.
In all seriousness, that may be the greatest video ever.
Right?
It may be the greatest. I always say this about myself. I am a real gracious loser, but I am a bad winner.
You like to rub it in, right?
My God, I'll just crush you.
Twist the knife.
Right, and I will not let you forget that I won. And so I love that aspect of Deep. I think he's a great football player. He is awesome. But I even like that even more. That
it's
to me
perfect.
is
and
great.
It's like it's the human aspect of it. Like, these guys are real people, and he's having fun, and I'm sure Jalen's going to be ticked about it. And if Jalen ever makes another big play, he might not. I'm sure it's going to come back around to whoever he makes the big play against. But now you understand my relationship with Gino. I'm a terrible winner, so you can have that. Take that home, give it to the kids. One other quick story before we get out of here. Are the rumors that are going to circulate every time Odell Beckham Beckham Jr. either goes to another game, is on the sidelines of a game, or tweets about a certain team. You know what happened? Him kind of showing some love for the Green Bay Packers and Aaron Rodgers, because it makes a lot of sense that if he ever does get healthy enough to play this year, the Packers are an obvious destination amongst a couple other teams. So Aaron Rodgers was asked about it yesterday, and he put this out. Odell and I have been friends for a number of years now. That's just a lie, Cap. I don't think Aaron Rodgers has any friends. I guarantee you Odell ain't one of them, all right? That's for sure. And obviously with a player like that, you're always hoping, blah, 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 that we have a chance to one day play together. So to me, if Odell is going to be a story all year, and it seems like he's going to make sure that he's a story all year, there's only 3 or 4 teams that you could say legitimately makes sense. Take money out of it. It's not about money anymore.
Sure.
It's about, do I have a team that I think is good enough to win a Super Bowl?
Right.
Do I have a needed wide receiver? And then on the OBJ side, is there a quarterback on that team that's money good? Green Bay fits every one of those boxes. So, again, I'm not saying he's going to go there 100% because I'm sure the Rams want him back.
Right.
Heck, the Dallas Cowboys could certainly use him if they're making a run. The Giants could use him, although I don't think they'll be there at the end. Tampa could use him. But the Green Bay situation does make a lot of sense.
It does. I mean, the Rams, Green Bay, you've got to understand the lineage, where it comes from, right? Where the offense comes from. And it comes from all those guys that are coaching, whether it was Sean McVay, whether it's Matt LaFleur. They were coaching in Washington under Mike Shanahan. Kyle Shanahan was there as well. Mike McDaniels from the Miami Dolphins was there. So those are the teams that make the most sense because that language is going to be the same. That offense is going to be the same offense that you played in last year with the Rams. So the Packers make a lot of sense. The Rams, there'll always be a little bit nuanced difference. But the bottom line is you can walk right in and you'll know exactly what the plays are. You'll know how they're called. You'll know where to line up. You'll know when you're in motion, when you're in shift, and all that stuff. Right?
So I guess just one quick thing on that. If you flip that around, if you're Odell Beckham, does weather matter to you because of the knee? Does the surface of the field matter to you? Or are you just going to say, what team do I think is the most complete that, again, selfishly gives me a chance to shine and win another Super Bowl?
I think, number one, you want to play on grass if at all possible.
And that's what I'm getting at.
Yeah,
right.
You want to play on grass if all possible. But, you've got to have the quarterback. You've got to have all the things you talked about. So that would be the one factor of what surface you're playing on. But let's face it, you're going to go on the road. You're going to play in the dome. You're going to go play the Lions. You're going to go play Minnesota. You're going to play. So
like at some point, you're playing on.
Yeah, so you just got to be ready to play is the bottom line.
Well, I can't wait for Odell to come back, and I think he's playing this game perfectly because he stays relevant. He makes every fan base salivate. Ooh, if I'm a Packer fan and I see Aaron Rodgers talking about how me and Odell are friends, I'm getting excited. Because even though the Packers are 3-1, the offense hasn't clicked yet. Who's the go-to guy? Who's the Devontae this year?
Yeah.
Odell Beckham could very well be that guy. Hey, we appreciate you watching the show. Schlereth is back again tomorrow. Cody's back again every day. And we have NFL football tomorrow night. So we'll get you ready to rock and roll for that. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow on FS1.
Face to face, I embrace debate. I don't make mistakes, I just make my case. Drops mic when I'm done. What more can I say? Not bite to my tongue. I don't like the taste. I'm on in the morning. I own my opponent. I'm always in the zone, either zoned out of zone, and then we could get it poppin'. Pick the topic if you want to skip and shine and skip and hoppin'. Took these sports and made them pop. All right, undisputed.
Good morning, everybody. We're so glad you're with us today. Welcome into Undisputed. I'm Jen Hale here with Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, Jen. How are you today?
Man, would you believe the annual NBA GM survey? Do you believe what it says? Survey says Clippers finish first in the West, Lakers finish 8th in the West. That's what they said.
They say they have the best record. Okay, that's first.
That's
right.
It's first.
But are they coming out of the West?
Okay, but guess what that would mean? First would play 8 in the first round at the Crypt. And the Lakers would get swept at home 4 straight games.
You and I both, we're going to put some dew on that.
Yes, we are.
We're going to put some
In
dew
fact, I'll go 10 cases right here. If the Clippers play the Lakers in the first round, I got the Clippers for 10 cases.
I got 10 cases say we don't finish 8.
Ooh.
Oh, really?
8.
Okay.
You over there bumping your gum. Your little monologue talking about the Lakers at 8.
I'm
Not
bumping.
happening.
I'm bumping.
Not happening.
I'm bumping on Clippers and Cowboys.
Okay.
Yeah.
You feeling real good?
10 cases. Big spenders this morning. I love it. Guys, we'll jump into all that NBA preseason action in a moment. My Pels won last night versus the Bulls, by the way. But hey, Skip, let's start with your Cowboys this morning. Dak Prescott reportedly will not be ready to return from injury on Sunday against the Rams. We started talking about this possibility yesterday morning. Cooper Rush has led the team to 3 straight wins as starting quarterback. But the Cowboys are 4.5-point underdogs on the road. That is according to the Fox Bet Sportsbook. Shannon, on a scale of 1 to 10, what shot do you give Cooper Rush at winning versus those reigning Super Bowl champ Rams?
I'm at a 9. Because although I picked the Rams as my Super Bowl pick, Skip, I don't think the Rams are anything like anybody thought they would be. They don't look anything like the team that won the Super Bowl. And although we do understand that the previous year is a different year than this year, I did think they would have some resemblance of a Super Bowl contending team, and they look nothing like that this year. They don't run the football. First of all, I'm surprised that Dallas is a 4.5-point underdog. That's crazy.
Okay, that opened as 6.5 ahead of Monday Night Football. Go ahead.
Well, after Monday Night Football, they should have been down to pick them.
Okay.
At worst case scenario. Skip, look. The likelihood of this game getting into a shootout where you have to ask Cooper Rush to say, you know what, we need you to throw for 3+. We need you to give us 3 or 4 touchdowns passing. I don't think that's going to happen because when you look at the Rams have no threat of the rush. They're 30th in rushing, Skip. They're 29th in yards per carry. And only Carson Wentz has been sacked more than Matthew Stafford. And what have we seen over the last 4 games? 3 picks. And a lot of them either late in the ball game and they've been pick sixes. So for me, Skip, I think what we're seeing is that the Cowboys, with their defensive front and what they're able to do as far as pass rush, on Stafford, on that offensive line, because the offensive line has been awful this year. They keep constantly getting Stafford hit, and so late in the ball game, through accumulation of those hits, you see him get reckless with the football, and now all of a sudden the other team has turned him over. And so I think this is why I have a lot of confidence that the Cowboys can win this game, because of their pass rush, not necessarily because Cooper Rush is going to play great, because they haven't needed him to play great. You know, Skip, 10 points. They gave up 10 points on Sunday. They gave up 16 points to the Giants. They gave up 17 points, and they gave up 16 points last year against Minnesota. So it's not like he's having to score 28, 31, 35 points in order to win these ball games. They keep the ball game close. He makes 2 or 3 throws late in the ball game, and that's the difference in the ball game. So with that being said, Skip, the first 4 games last year, Stafford was sacked 3 times. This year, 16. So he's averaging 4 sacks a game. Project that out over 17 games. Well, Matthew Stafford won't play much longer. If he gets sacked 17 times 4, it's 68 sacks in the season. That gonna hurt. That's going to hurt. So I think the Cowboys have an excellent chance. And after we talked about this a little briefly yesterday, Skip, after we heard Jerry, I felt very confident that Cooper Rush was going to start. He said, yeah, Dak can hold the football, but he doesn't grip it well enough.
CarShield saved me over $9,000. CarShield helped me save over $6,000 on my transmission.
That's why I'm a CarShield customer, too.
Now that's the answer.
Call or go online now for an instant free quote. CarShield offers month-to-month plans for every budget. There are no long-term contracts. CarShield has coverage for vehicles with 5,000 to 150,000 miles.
Woo! With CarShield, you can't help but be excited about all the money they save people.
Plans through CarShield include 24-hour roadside assistance, courtesy towing, and rental car options when your vehicle is being repaired.
I mean, who does that?
CarShield does that. CarShield does that.
CarShield does that. So call CarShield now before repair is needed.
Call 800-275-5423, 800-275-5423.
Hey, Gary.
Hey, Robert.
You been up there all night?
Yeah, just keeping watch.
You need Simply Safe's wireless outdoor security camera. It works with Simply Safe's already award-winning home security for even more comprehensive protection.
What? Hey, Shirley!
What?
You're not gonna believe this.
The wireless outdoor security camera from Simply Safe.
I had multiple credit cards set at high interest rates.
Lower your interest rates with a credit card consolidation loan from Lightstream.
I was able to save around $450 a month.
I'm saving about $5,000.
It feels really good. Like, yes. Apply now at trylightstream.com for your discount.
Better run through the jungle.
Eight teams. 4 series. Best of 3.
This is a postseason that we've never seen before.
It's about to get wild. Give us the Wild Card Series. Begins Friday on ESPN and ABC.
When you're focused on making every single day count. When you're making time for work and for the people who matter most. When you're packing a lot into your schedule, the last thing you should feel is packed in. The most spacious super mid-sized jet, flown by the private aviation company, built around helping you get it all done. How will you make the most of your time?
When you see someone sipping on a crisp, refreshing drink from McDonald's, you may suddenly crave one too. And that's completely normal. It's more than a drink. It's a McDonald's drink.
One sip is all you need to get your day going. Sip away with a sweet and creamy $2 any size French vanilla iced coffee or a decadent medium caramel frappe for only $3. Every day should taste this good.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Mad about.
They didn't win the game because of that. There was still a minute 10 left in the game. He's always blaming somebody else. What's the matter with the jab? Give me that. That is absurd. Where did hell with that? You didn't need it. For crying out loud, play better football. No, I'm plenty of sense. I can't hear you, guys. Start it. They took my headset off. That's inconsistent. It's not a smart play.
You can hear me. You can hear me loud and clear.
It dropped. It dropped.
All right, Mad Dog, here we go. The therapy session continues for all of us, the cathartic experience. What are you mad about? Number one, let's
Well,
go.
we have 3 things today. Let's start with John Harbaugh. That is an atrocious decision on Sunday afternoon. He's got a 4th down at the 2-yard line on a lousy field. He can't run the ball at Jackson. He tried to run on 3rd down. You're making him throw the ball there. He makes a terrible play. You cost yourself 18 yards because it was picked off in the end zone. You start the 20. Take the 3 points. Kick the field goal, make it 23-20, and let's see if Josh Allen, who the week before didn't do it, come down the field on a lousy field with a wet football and see if he gets the game tied. That was an atrocious. Lombardi used to say all the time, Lombardi, take the point. He didn't, they lose. That is item number 1.
Wait, can you show me how you kick the football again?
Well, I'm a lefty, so kick it. And he's got tougher hands than we're going to miss. That was a terrible decision.
Here's the
You
problem.
didn't like it either.
I didn't like the decision either. I agree with you, but you're mad about the wrong thing. What you should be mad about, since you're all holier than thou, the paragon of truth, what you should have been mad about is the fact that he didn't admit why he made the decision. He made the decision because, guess what?
His defense stinks.
I have no faith in my defense. That's why. You should have gotten mad at him about that.
That's a very fair point. You could, but that's over. You're missing a point. Get the 3 points there. Give yourself
lead with 4:09 to go. Plus, Jackson's not playing a good game. Take a little pressure off him.
Stephen
for a
A.,
change.
we
That
totally
bothered me.
missed the mark on the segment. Remember that couch we used to have?
Yeah.
We need him on the couch.
We need him on the couch.
We need him
We need him on the
sitting
couch.
Give me a
on
couch.
the couch with a
Give me a
glass
couch.
of water.
Get a couch back
Okay,
here.
what else are you mad about? Stay focused.
All right, the second one is he stole it from me, which is not fair.
did not.
But
I
know.
he stole it
Did he
from me.
steal your
I don't
tape?
stare.
He's 100%
Oh, my
right.
God.
He's going to agree with this. How about the Mets this weekend? Okay.
Horrible.
You go to Atlanta. First off, they were bad in the month of September. They got swept by the Cubs. They lost games to the Nationals. They were bad in the month of September to put themselves in a situation to begin with. And then they go to Truist Park there on Friday night with DeGrom, Scherzer, and Bassett, who is completely overwhelmed on Sunday Night Baseball. And they lose 3 straight games with DeGrom. DeGrom wants $50 million. Scherzer makes $45 million. All they had to do is win one game, and they controlled their destiny the last week of the season. They gave up 7 home runs in 3 days, were never really in any of the ball games, and laid an egg against their own team that they never beat. And as Stevie said before, he's going to agree, gives them an impossible path as far as the winning the pennant. San Diego, Dodgers, Atlanta. The Mets are not beating all those 3 teams. That was a disastrous weekend. They had their 2 big pitchers, and the Braves knocked them off. Really bothered me. That's at him, too.
2 people in my life who I love dearly is my brother Jeff Brown, who Molly knows, lives out in California.
Hey, Jeff.
Along with my godchildren Nicholas and Nicole and his lovely wife Nina. They're all Mets fans. He's contaminated all of them, okay? And my brother-in-law Darren Odie. Carmen's man.
Oh, yeah, he's a great
These 2 guys, Jeff and Darren Odie, are diehard Mets fans. They tell me nothing to worry about. Mets gonna be just fine. It's the postseason. DeGrom, Scherzer, and the crew. Let's go. I don't believe them one bit. Okay? Mets ain't winning. They ain't getting to the World Series. But they swear to me I am wrong. So your madness might be misplaced. I don't believe it, though. I'm rolling with you.
Yeah, I don't see it. Padres, Dodgers, and Braves is too much to overcome.
You got one more? I want him.
Number 3, I am tired of Texas A&M and Jimbo Fisher. What, they give him $80 million? Why'd they give him another $80 million?